blocking the spree. Press the stop button, move on today. Don't ruin the magic with the words you say. Silence all the noise, let your mind be free. Turn the sound up, keep the melody. You call it critique, but it's stale charade. In the harmony of life, you're the dissonant parade. Can't you hear the music, the rhythm up ahead? Leave behind complaints, join the dance instead. Crank the volume high, let those doubts fade. We'll paint the town with colors and notes we cascade. You're crying whiners, don't you see? Creativity flowing, you're blocking the spree. Press the stop button, move on today. Don't ruin the magic with the words you say. Silence all the noise, let your mind be free. Turn the sound up, keep the melody. Oh, the pity parade, marching without grace. Stuck on repeat, in the same tired place. Click the remote, change the channel's tune. Life's too short, let's skip to the next afternoon. So pack up your tales of woe, let them drift away. Catalyze the spark, don't kill the display. Fine, say goodbye to the moans, let's hear a brighter sound. Lift the spirits high, creativity abound. Oh, your symphony of sighs won't bring us down. In this technicolor world, we're painting the town. Give your grievances a break, let laughter fill the air.
How did I go? Did I fix everything? What a freaking pain in the ass. Audio, static. I think it's better though now. I fixed it, didn't I? What a pain in the freaking ass. I just had all that repaired. I had the whole logic board freaking replaced. And it's still doing it. God damn it. Okay, we're good. Everyone can hear me now? I don't know what the hell's going on. I gotta take it back in. I just haven't had it. I haven't had time to do it. Pain in the freaking ass. Anyway, there we go. We're back. We're back on track. So, what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by the fucking microphone is hello everybody. Oh, my favorite people in the chat. So let me go back from the top. Hey fans, and my favorite Aussie mod show, Goldfish, my good buddy, Quizzy Cow, Aussie, and it's Ducky. That's right, Michelle. Ducky's here as well. Hello, Rose. Oh my god, what a bit of fun, hey? Happens to the best of us, I guess. Pritz lover, oh my god, I've been missing you, girl. Where you been? You finally caught one. So, Joanna, thanks for joining us. Boston strong over there. All right, so yeah, fuck. What a fucking week, hey? Like, it's still going on. What a fucking week. See, I think there's a little like dynamic that people don't realize that's happening. You think that, you know, you've only made one comment on a video and then you've gone off and you've left it alone. But it's actually 10,000 of you who are still commenting on the same fucking thing. And so at my end, it's like bombarded all the fucking time, all day, every day. There's a fucking new comment, and it's getting a little bit tiring. And it's actually really difficult to move on when it's a new challenge every day. I'm not trying to come across as rude to anybody. I'm just getting tired of the same fucking comments and the same criticism. So if you watched the interview, the shitty interview, I own it. It's still up there. Everyone can see it. I'm not running away from it. I accept responsibility for it. That's why it's still there. But if you watched it, we all agreed it was shit, didn't we? We all agreed, yep, that was not a good interview. We didn't go good. We can do better next time. Well, that's what we did there, right? Aiden said that to Jason, like, you could ask better questions, you know, just get comfortable, be this, be that. I agreed, yep, I could have been more comfortable. I had a different issue going on. And yeah, maybe Vince is right. Maybe I was insecure. Not necessarily because it was Aiden, but because my fucking bridges were falling out while I was trying to talk to his. So, you know, there's stuff that goes on that's not necessarily black and white like everybody is fucking saying. You know, I actually did the reaction video to Vince with the same energy that he did the reaction video to us. It was the same energy. I actually didn't criticize him too heavily, just like, you know, first of all, I'm not a law tuber. That's a pretty fucking big fact to get wrong. I ain't a lawyer. Secondly, it's yeah, Kim, it would be awesome if people moved on. But you're not in my fucking comments, man. You're not the one getting messaged all day, every fucking day with a new fucking comment. People aren't moving on. They're demanding that I be responsible, like own responsibility. And I need help. I need help from you guys to work out how I do that. And then maybe everyone will move on. See? Sometimes just ignoring shit doesn't make it go away. I can tell you there's stuff going on in the background that you all don't know about that has never fucking moved on just because we ignored it. It's still going. In fact, it's got bigger and it's festered and it's turned into fucking ugly shit and it's affecting other people now. So yeah, ignoring shit doesn't necessarily work. So what I would like to do today is I'd like to fix some shit. Thank you, Joanna. I'm trying to give myself some grace, but apparently when I do that, that means I'm shirking responsibility. So I know I need to work out what's a happy balance here. So I'm going to read out some stuff just so, you guys can sort of get the idea of this little predicament I'm stuck in and I'm trying to get out of. Y'all can help me with this. So if you have been one of those people in the comments harassing me because I'm not doing what you want me to do, here's your opportunity. Tell me what you want me to do. So, and I'll do it. If it's fair, if it's something that is fair to me and all of you, and it's fair to everybody, including the people that I had on the stage, if it's fair, I'll let you have it. But I don't know what the fuck your problem is. See, I got to work out what the problem is to be able to fix it. If you keep coming at me with ambiguous things that I got to own up to, then it doesn't make any sense. I'm Aspie. I need it fucking black and white, man. I just need a black and white. So anyway, so you can all help an Aspie out here because you're all fucking neurotypical and probably get it better than I do. So here's a question. I'm not saying any names. I'm going to say who's who that's saying these things, but here's the way things are going. Okay, and this is the better one out of a lot of them. Have just been plain fucking rude, and I've deleted them. And there's people going, "Oh, now she's deleting shit." It's like, well, try being fucking nice. If you're gonna call it constructive criticism, how about you try to be constructive? Is that not the key word in the phrase? Constructive means that you're trying to help somebody. It doesn't mean you're just there to fucking rag on them, right? So anyway, and there's a difference between criticism and bullying. Thank you very much. I'm happy to take constructive criticism so long as it's constructive. Like one of the comments was I love you as the inside of it, that was deplorable. It's like, well, that's passive aggressive, first of all. Second of all, where's the fucking constructive in that? Please help me out. Which was constructive? The I love you bit, was that constructive? So anyway, so some people got out of control and got themselves deleted. And yeah, I know. Vince said, don't ever do that. Don't delete people. I'm like, fuck you, Vince. My channel. I fucking delete people. How about if you want a certain energy to be reciprocated, how about you offer that energy? How about that? That's probably how it works in real life, right? So they'll keep coming at you so long as you keep reacting to them. Kev, is that what happened? Come on. You know fucking better. Is that what happened with this other thing that's going on? When we stopped reacting to them, did they stop coming at me? Really? Is that your fucking solution there? Because I don't think that fucking works. I think we've tried that a few times now. It doesn't work. Let's try and fix it. Let's just try and come to a happy medium where we can call it fixed. How about that? Right? That's a good answer, isn't it? Let's find a happy medium so we can move on. Right. It's good. Exactly, Bad Dazza. Like, tell me which part is constructive. Like, if it's just criticism, then that's not helpful, right? If it is constructive criticism, like if I tell you, how about you try this, because then that will give you this result and that might actually fix the problem, that's constructive criticism, right? But the whole Vince, like, oh, she just didn't want to admit that she's insecure. That wasn't constructive. That was just a fucking insult, right? That was just criticism. There was nothing constructive into it. Okay, Vince, if that's how you think I am, you think I'm insecure, how about you give me the solution to that? How can I not be insecure? Because for me personally, it's just like fucking go buy some different glue and try and hold your fucking bridges in better. That would have worked. But I'm pretty sure that Vince wasn't on planet fucking Aussie's teeth aren't fucking cooperating today. So on the fronts of my teeth, okay, guys, this is me being vulnerable, okay, being insecure, if you want to put it that way. I had a full head of teeth until recently. Now I've only got half a head of teeth, and I've only just had this operation, only just had all these teeth out. I'm only just getting rid of this shit. I mean, used to this shit. I've got one set of dentures that didn't work because the teeth were just way too big. They're like used the largest in the fucking box, I think, when they built my my first set of bridges. Now I've got a second set of bridges and they're still too fucking big. And then the smallest ones in the fucking box, they're still too big. And so I am still struggling to get a balance where my teeth are going to fucking work. All right. Yes, I'm insecure about it. Is there anything wrong with that? No, fuck you. Jesus Christ. Move on from the fucking teeth problem. But I actually do have a solution. It's just going to be, you know, a little while moving along to that solution. I think I need to just go see a child dentist where there's like children's sized teeth, and then maybe they can make me bridges that actually fit my mouth. So the problem isn't actually the part that sticks onto your mouth and your gums. They can mold that. The problem is the size of the teeth. I need a smaller set of teeth in those fucking gums. And they're just not getting it right. And we're on round 3 now, and I'm paying for all of this, incidentally. Like, so eventually we will find a fucking thing that works, but at the moment it's just not working. And I was very glad for Jason to do the interview, because if I did all the talking, they were just going to fall out. They were already falling out. I only asked 2 questions. They're already falling out by the end. My glue cover line stuck. But before even TB left the stage, my glue had already come unstuck. So yeah, pain in the fucking ass. And I thought it would be rude if I turned the camera off to go fix my fucking teeth. I'm still calling Siri. He said, how's this, Prince Lover? Siri, you suck. So anyway, I like what TB said. If Kate Peter can go up on screen, anyone can. Right. Exactly. So anyway, but yeah, anyway, so I am having problems with my teeth, and yes, I'm insecure about it. And thank you very much for pointing that out to everybody, Vince. Much appreciated. You know, I could probably say some things about your teeth, but I'm not that sort of person. All I said was, maybe I'm not insecure. Maybe there's another reason for things that you're jumping to conclusions, perhaps. And then they're like, well, just take the criticism. It's like, well, why can't he? Is he not an adult? Is it like he's an adult and I'm a child, and so therefore I should take it? Or is it not that we probably have something to share with each other? Is this not an equal thing? And because as far as I'm concerned, pretty sure I'm fucking way older than him. You know, if it's just an age thing, it probably should be like, you need to listen to me, Sonny Jim. Is that right? Those in glass houses, right? Exactly. So I don't have it set to listen if I just say, "Hey Siri." Hey Siri, you suck. Is it working? Sorry guys, me and Prince Love have been playing the Siri game for like ever. Just if you're not following along, you are the only content he has. Right, exactly. I know. Actually, I don't want to put Vince down. I don't really have a problem with the guy. Some things he done which I thought was a little bit less than kosher. But the point of responding to the video was right of reply. Do I not have a right of reply? At what point do you offer constructive criticism that's actually destructive? Like, she's just insecure. Is that constructive, really? Because I don't think it is. Someone in the chat tell me, is calling me insecure sorry. I just choked on my own freaking words. Is calling me insecure constructive criticism? How am I supposed to take it? Because I'm too aspy. Clearly, I'm too aspy to understand what's going on here and how to take it. Someone with a neurotypical brain needs to fucking spell it out for me in plain English, because I ain't getting it. So, if you're on camera with bad teeth, people make nasty. Well, they did actually make nasty comments. There was a lot of comments about my teeth. People did notice that they weren't sticking in my head. People did notice, and they did make nasty comments, but I deleted them. But Vince is like, no, don't delete those comments. You're insecure because people make nasty comments, so don't delete those comments, but fix your insecurity. I'll be fine once my teeth are fixed and working how they're supposed to. Like, seriously, Joanna, that's an insult, 100%. Right. If it comes with like how to fix it, like a suggestion how to fix it, then it's not an insult. It's a constructive criticism. Am I right or am I wrong? Yes. A lot of people have these issues. So mine was actually having issues when I was younger, that then to make them look pretty for a party, like it was the mayor's charity ball. I was all dolled up to the nines. You guys have seen the photo of me dolled up for that ball. I actually rubbed them with some sandpaper and I fucked them, and I've had problems. They've just been ever since, falling apart ever since. I rubbed the enamel off them and wrecked them. So doo-doo happens. But anyway, the dentist told me my dentures were not a replacement for teeth. They are a replacement for no teeth. Exactly. Thank you. That's what I thought. That's what I thought they were. I've got two sets. I've got a set that are a replacement for teeth so that I could actually eat with them, and I've got a set that are just pretty look at, and neither of them are fucking working in my head right now because they're too big. So he's pretty big. It's a pretty big channel. Like, I think he's like 150,000 or something, a bit bigger than TB. So, Miss Pause. No, it was not criticism. It's an assumption, and we know what assumptions are. At the best guess, worst horseshit. Right, makes an ass out of you and me. Assume. Well, I kind of feel like he made an ass out of himself, and that's constructive criticism. If I say to him, I think you're wrong, here's the correct answer, and that's how we all get along. Isn't that constructive? Like, I didn't just insult him. I was just like, here's the answer. Let's fix it. Isn't that constructive? So I have no issue with your looks. Right. It wasn't actually about my looks that this started, but I'm admitting, I'm trying to have an admission of insecurity, because apparently that's what people need from me in order to be satisfied that my last video was quite simply a response to Vince, and it was just meant to be a response. It wasn't meant to be anything else. You know what I mean? Like, let's iron a few of these kinks out, Vince, and then your story's probably good. But it wasn't meant to be about my looks. But if I have to admit that I'm insecure, yes, I am. I got fucking issues with my teeth. Picked a really bad day to decide to go on camera because my teeth were fucking being dicky. So, yeah. But anyway, we actually had that planned, that Jason would do the interview because of delegation. No, Ozzy, you can't say delegation. Only someone else can say that word, not you. Sorry, I'm being sarcastic, but this is how fucking things are going. Like, this is exactly how the conversations are going. So I'm just going to read out one of them just to, I need to get all this off my chest. I know everybody's like, just ignore it. But that's not helping my anxiety, all right? Ignoring it doesn't help. This is what I got to do. I need help. I need people who are neurotypical tell me what to do to fix this shit. So let's move on. Here's a criticism, all right? And I like it. I think it's a good criticism. And I think I had a good response for it because there's a few things that this person isn't really taking into account and making it. So this person says, so far I haven't seen you take any blame at all. Blame for what? I'm not sure what you want me to be blamed for. Is that a personality trait of yours? Probably. I'm Asperger's, so maybe I don't get what blame it is you want me to take. You have blamed Turtle Boy for not making an effort. No, I haven't. I absolutely did not blame Turtle Boy for fucking anything. You have blamed loophole lawyer's interpretation. No, I haven't. I responded and corrected some things he got wrong. I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying I'm not a fucking lawyer. And you have blamed viewers for expecting the wrong type of interview. Wait, what did I do? I blamed viewers for expecting the wrong type. No. Hang on. All right, we'll come back to that because I'll get a list, okay? You are yet to make one statement where you take some blame. And here's the list. How about these for starters? Here's the list, okay? I should have done the interview myself. Okay. That's a good one. I like it. And I can see where you're coming from. But if I say that, I'm going to insult Jason. That, Jason, you were shit, so I should have done the interview myself. Because you were so bad, I should have done the interview myself. Who treats their friends like that? Why would I do that to Jason? Give me one good reason. Like, okay, it's a shitty reason that'll make you feel better I'm taking the blame for something. That's a shitty reason. Give me one good reason why I should blame it on Jason, say I should have done the interview because he's shit at it. One good reason. Floor's yours. Give me one good reason why I should do that to my friend Jason. I just don't feel that this was all his fault. I feel like there was just an uncomfortable fucking weird thing that happened, like it never happened on YouTube before today. Move on. I don't need to blame Jason. I don't need to pass that so that you can feel better that I'm blaming myself to pass it on to Jason. Does this make sense to you? So help me out here because I just feel like that's not going to work for me. Jason's my friend. I don't want to treat him like that. So it should have been a panel conversation instead of a back and forth Q&A. Well, in order for me to say, yeah, okay, that's my fault, then I have to actually make Aiden feel bad because that's what he asked for. So, and also Jason, because he's been wanting to do this for a long time. So I gave him that, I know I'm not going to do this very well. Here you go, hand it over. So, in that sense, I'm just going to be not nice to either of them, right? So TB said himself, I didn't say it, he said he prefers Q&A, right? So if I say I'm going to blame myself because I decided to go with a back and forth Q&A, or instead I can't even fucking put my finger on this one. It just didn't work. All right, get over it. I'm to blame. I switched the on button. Okay. What was the other one? We should have stuck with the topic of Turtle Boy's current cases. It was Turtle Boy's current cases. Leah Genduso, Kate Peters. Are they not the fucking topic of the last 4 fucking Betero letters? Like, hello? But right. I get you. I'm not sure what you mean. Like, what are his cases about if it's not about those people? Not sure what you mean. Freedom of speech, we actually did talk about that, and how the media behaves. We talked about that, but nobody understood that question. I should have spoken up and told Jason his questions are way too long. Well, once again, you want me to be rude to Jason so that you feel better that I'm taking responsibility for something. I'm happy to take responsibility for something, anything, as long as it doesn't palm it off onto either the guest or my co-host. How about that? Is that unreasonable? Really? Am I being unreasonable? Oh my God, we need to discuss communication model stat. Please, let's do it. Let's do it. Because, I'm not a fucking interviewer, right? So effing what? Yeah, I know. I don't know why people need to make a big deal out of it. I actually didn't feel that Vince was making a big deal out of it. I saw where he was coming from. He teaches a certain thing and he saw this as a teaching moment. I get that. I didn't respond because I didn't appreciate his teaching moment. I responded because he got some shit wrong. Like, you're a big boy, Vince. Grow up. Take the fucking shit that I told you to correct it. I'm not a lawyer, for example. I'm not an interviewer, for example. And yes, I was insecure, but maybe it was about my teeth and nothing to do with Aiden. Anyway, I got the impression that TB did not even want to be doing an interview. No, I think he did want to do it. I think that it was a little uncomfortable, and then Jason started climbing over his own tongue. And this is what people are not understanding. Real time, bam, you're in front of each other. You're sitting there in front of each other, and it's a little uncomfortable, and you start climbing over your own tongue. Like, the things that you thought were going to come out straight are coming out fucking sideways. It happens from the beginning when the vibe's not there before you even open your mouth. And I don't think Jason had a bad set of questions. I think he felt uncomfortable and was tripping over his tongue. But if you want to give us criticism, like constructive criticism, how do you repair it on the fly? You're in the interview now. It's okay for you guys to all be backseat drivers because it's all done and over now. But how do you repair that? You're in the middle of it. It's happening live. How do you repair it on the spot? That's good advice. Can someone give me that advice? Because I haven't heard it yet. TV was like, Aiden, what was his advice? Yeah, just be comfortable, just have it back and forth comfortable. Well, clearly that's not what happened. That's not how it went down. So saying that afterwards is not fucking helpful. Let's try. We know your Asperger's, Aussie. So when this happens and you're in the middle of a sentence and you know it's going to fall apart, try this. Or this is what I do. This is what I do when I know it's all fucking falling apart. How about that? Give me something to fucking work with, man. Help me out here. Okay? Repeating what Total Boy said 2 billion fucking times doesn't help. Repeating what Vince said, which was, I didn't actually find it, specifically helpful. Admit that you're insecure. All right. I admit I'm insecure. How does that fucking help me? How does that help me when you're in the moment and it all just falls apart and you've got to pick it back up again? How does that fucking help me? I don't get it. Oh, revealing my face wasn't necessary. Help me understand that one, please. I was actually being polite by showing Turtle Boy my face. I thought, help me understand that one, Nelly, because maybe I'm a little too Asperger's to get it. Please, I'm open to it. I'm not going to bite your head off. I am open. That the whole point of this stream is I need to understand how to fucking do this shit, because I'm not getting it when you're writing it to me in the comments. I don't understand. So, Miss Pause. No, it doesn't make sense to throw a mate under the bus just to offer any explanation for what was a moment in time convo that had a different flow than was desired. What do people expect? Perfection? I don't know. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. I'm trying. Okay. Don't fucking sit there and tell me I'm not fucking trying. Because that's what I'm trying to do. And I've got anxiety up to my fucking eyeballs because I'm not working it out. I'm obviously not on the same page as all you neurotypicals who know what you're talking about. It didn't seem like the right forum to show the face in that moment. It felt distracting. So my face should have been hidden. I'm only saying, yeah, it's all right. I want, if it's constructive, then you're telling me why. You're giving me a reason why, what, not just why, but what to do differently next time. That's construction. You get what I'm saying? If it's constructive, then it's helpful. It's not just criticizing. So you felt personally that it was distracting having my face on the screen. Did you feel that having Melanie's face on the screen was distracting? Just curious. Or, I don't know, everybody's fucking interviewed him now. It's like I'm in the last of the list. Did you feel that with anybody else who was interviewing, that their faces being on the screen was distracting? I'm not attacking. I'm not attacking, Nelly. I'm asking, this is a two-way street. Or hang on, wait a minute. Do you think constructive is a one-way street? That maybe we should start there. That could be the problem here. That I'm in the wrong because I think construction is a two-way street. That if you criticize something and I ask you, what do you mean? Or can you help me understand that it's not a two-way street? I'm not supposed to ask you. And when I ask you, that's attacking. So maybe this is where we're getting mixed up here, that by being confused when you give me constructive criticism, that by asking you to please clarify that you're seeing that as attacking, that could be where this is fucking all screwing up to begin with. Like am I just supposed to zip it, just take it and not comment on it? Or not ask you if I don't understand what you mean, not ask you. What the fuck do you mean? Respectfully disagree about not showing your face. People typically think the camera off during Zooms or live streams is rude. A lot of people say, like, if you're not going to show your face on camera, then you're being fake. So I didn't want to be fake to Turtle Boy. I wanted to show him my face because I didn't want to be fake to him. But also, I knew my audience would find it a treat that I actually put my face on camera for a change. And a lot of people did say it was great to see my face on camera. Like, your work is fabulous. Move on. No, I can't move on. Sorry, Joseph. Asperger's. I can't move on. I'm having an anxiety attack over it. Sorry, I can't. I've got to fix it. All right. I am a fix it. If it's not fixed, it's anxiety. Sorry, I'm not you, but I can't move on. I need to fix it. I need to know what the fucking problem is and how to fucking fix it. Simi, I was lurking. Nah. Well, yeah, I know we had a few lurkers. So, Kat says, I felt more comfortable seeing you. Before you were just a disembodied voice, which for my mind was previously weird. Right. I'm glad some of you enjoyed seeing my face. So, I'm sorry that my teeth fell apart at the last fucking minute, and it was also uncomfortable. My neurotypical brain defaults taking things literally. It causes taking things literally. Is that? Hang on. I'm actually a little confused because I thought it's actually the Aspie brain that takes shit literally, not the neurotypical. The neurospicy brain takes things too literally, don't they? I'm a little confused. It causes me great confusion and struggle communicate. Exactly, Miss Pause. I'm better at not communicating with other people. Like, that's why I like to do pre-records. I can actually, delete out, some things like some of the things that Vince said, which I thought was constructive criticism, like the and the the fillers. When I do pre-records, I do a lot of ums and ahs, but when I do the pre-records, I can actually delete those out. So you get a lot less ums and ahs and you get like a more cohesive story. So, I thought that was actually pretty good advice from from Vince. Sarcasm intended. That's why I do pre-records. So, when I really have something I need to do this like absolute deep dive down into and just be very succinct and to the point so that you understand what it is that I'm saying, I will do the pre-record. But if I'm just like shooting the breeze, then you can handle my ums and ahs, right? Like, we do a lot of ums and ahs if we're just shooting the breeze. Violet says, I don't get it. Well, maybe a little fumbly, but definitely not the hill to die on. It was fucking fine, and it was nice putting a face to the voice. Yeah, I'm still trying to work out why it's such a big issue, and I will move on once I work this out in my head that this is what I got to do next time, and I won't make the same mistake again. If you're just going to tell me, don't learn anything, move on, and then I'm just going to trip over my fucking feet again the next time, that's not helpful. I actually do need to learn something here. I'm just not sure what it is. Obviously, I'm too Asperger's to fucking get the point. The face wasn't the problem, Nellie said. It was just disorganized. Well, actually, Nellie, we had it very organized. See, you're not going to take that as what you perceive to be disorganized is actually something else, because you've already got it set in your mind that it's this, and I have to accept it's just that. So, all right, it did come across as disorganized. Jason came on to interview, but when that dynamic between him and TB didn't work, we're just talking about the personal vibe here. Before he even asked the first question, there was a vibe that wasn't vibing between these two. He got tongue-tied. So the constructive part of your criticism is when you're in the middle of something like that, it's happening real time. How do you fix it? How do you come back from it? How do you fix it right then and there? Like, because right now what you're doing is, having watched it all through, criticizing that he got tongue-tied, but not helping us understand the tongue-tied part. Yes, they were compound questions because he got tongue-tied. Have you never been tongue-tied? Have you never been in the middle of a conversation and shit goes south and you're like, blah, 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 blah. Have you never had that happen? Because that's where we need to fix it. Coming back afterwards and going, oh, all the compound questions were bad. They were compound because he got uncomfortable to begin with. We need to go back to the start. How do we get uncomfortable? Also, once we get to the uncomfortable, how do we fix it? How do we come back from uncomfortable right there in real time? How do we do it? Because you can't go back and fix the compound questions He can go, all right, that was a compound question. Let me try and shorten this question. But then if that question doesn't land, then he's back to tongue-tied again. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like I'm trying to speak for Jason here. It wasn't me that got tongue-tied. It was Jason. But I've been there, and I can relate to what he was going through. But I don't want to say what Jason should or shouldn't do, or how he should or shouldn't ask his questions, or what he did or didn't have organized, because that's his thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Mum of 2 autistic kids. We have these conversations all the time. It's all good. You're all good. Yeah, thank you, George. I have to have these conversations with my kids as well, because they're also Asperger's. Sometimes all three of us are sitting here going, holy fucking hell, how the fuck did that happen? And none of us can work it out. Someone here with ADHD, Prince Lover, thank you for your contribution here. I think Ozzy should do what she chooses. Go ask Alice, I love your face. Thank you. I love yours too. I really like seeing you in person. Yeah, a lot of people were actually happy to see me in person. So I think Loophole Lawyer made a good video with tons of constructive, helpful advice for how to interview and get the most out of the subject's time and thoughts. I agree, Nelly. Completely agree. But I wasn't doing the interview. So you're saying that I have to take on the constructive criticism that Loophole Lawyer was giving Jason. Do you get what I'm saying here? I can't do it on behalf of Jason. I can take it on and go, yeah, if I'm interviewing next time, thank you. I like that information. Except I'm never going to fucking interview because I don't like interviewing. But anyway, I'm sure Jason has heard what everybody's got to say. It's up to him to take it on board, though. I can't do it for him. Do you get what I'm saying? But, I got to blame me. Somehow I've got to blame me. So this is what we're trying to focus on. Where can I blame me for all of this? So I've got to accept blame for something. That's the demand. So I got to find where that blame is so that I can not do it next time. I've got it's okay to say, you need to blame yourself. It's like, okay, when I blame myself, I'm doing that so that I don't fuck up the next time, right? Like I'm acknowledging I fucked up. How do I not do that next time? Is that not what we're trying to do here? Like, how do I not fuck up next time? Ozzy, you can't fix what's not broken. And not everything goes as smooth as glass. I'm quite happy with the fact that it didn't go smooth. Like, that's why I haven't removed it, Dazza. It never got removed because I own it. I do own it. With shit, I get it. Have a look at it. It's still there. Go and fucking critique it. Fine. Just stop saying that I'm not owning up to shit when you're not telling me what I need to own up to. It's not fucking helpful. And so far, Jason knows everything that he fucking did wrong because everyone's been helpful to Jason. Doesn't help me, though. So I can't fix what Jason did, and I can't fix what Aiden did in that interview. I can only fix what I did. So, and this is the problem that we got here. I need to know which bit I can fix. Tracy, yes, apparently I need to admit that I am insecure and not taking responsibility here. Apparently. Help me out, guys. Tracy, nothing wrong with delegation. I agree. You know your weaknesses, right? You know your own strengths and weaknesses, and that's why I delegate. I will give this job to Jason because he writes articles and he's closer to a journalist than what I am versus Aiden. Aiden writes a lot, but he's also, the verbal journalist, whereas I think the experience that Jason hasn't had interviewing Turtle Boy has, but he was definitely the better pick for interview. I felt that delegation was actually pretty good, but it got tongue-tied because they didn't hit it off straight away. So it did get tongue-tied. Tracy, I don't know what you've already said, but considering I'm from Boston and have been following him for years, straight, blunt questions, open-ended, so he can run the ball. Yeah, but see, I feel like here's the thing, Tracy. I asked the straight, blunt, open-ended about the media, and he didn't run with the ball. He didn't take the ball. I was trying to save Jason. A lot of people said, yeah, it was better when you took over, because I was trying to help them both out. I just like I said, I was insecure because my fucking teeth were falling out. My glue was coming undone. So that wasn't helping, but at the same time, I was trying to help Jason, and I was trying to get, like you said, just a open-ended question that he could run with. But we just didn't get there. And I'm not actually too worried that we didn't get there. I don't even think he is. Oh, speak of the devil, he's here. He's here. Thank you, Aiden. The issue, there was too much inside online drama, small percentage of viewers that have any interest or knowledge of. Right. I knew he wanted to go there too, Aiden. Like, I don't know you personally, like to in person, so I didn't know that this was a good approach or not. But now that you're telling us, we see it's not a good approach. But it is what he set out to do, to go to the inside, the stuff other people didn't necessarily know. He did actually aim for that. So, but again, I can't take on behalf of Jason the criticisms that you have of his side of that. Do you get what I'm saying? And I can't hold it against him either, because he's my friend as much as fucking anyone else who's been up here on my panel. I don't want to insult you, I don't want to diss you or pay out on you. So people usually get a 4-year degree at least to learn how to conduct interviews. It's wild how easy people think it is. It's hard being interviewed. It's hard being interviewed and given the interview, right? Oh my gosh, Andrea. It's like you hit all the nails on the head in like all 3 sentences there. It's hard to be on both sides of it, right? The question is, how do you fix it in the middle? Cut Jason off, apologize to him, take over and let the guests flow if they are a flow type of person. Oh my God, I gave it my best shot, Tracy. I really did. Didn't I? Didn't I give it my best shot, Aiden, to do that? I really did. Like the family Discord, no one watching had any idea what that was. Right. I actually did, but that's only because, like I said, there's a backstory to it, and you clearly didn't understand the backstory to it. But again, I actually can't tell Jason, like, nobody else knows that backstory. Guys need to tell him that. So yes, the turtle is in the house. Indeed, the turtle is. We have a lot of neurodivergent personalities on the internet. Indeed, Violet. Indeed, we do. Jason was assigned by you. No, not assigned. Invited. Delegated the task because he's the best person for the job. But you're making it sound like a boss and an employer, and it wasn't. It was just, my friend Jason actually probably could do this a whole lot better than I could, and has expressed interest in doing this himself. So would you like to do it, Jason? I would love to. Thank you, Ozzy. Great. How about you, Aiden? Are you cool if Jason does that part? Yeah, no worries. So, there was no assigning and jobs, and I did delegate because I felt he was better at it. I felt he would be better at it. I just didn't know he was going to get nervous and trip over his own tongue so much. So it ended up making compound questions in the tripping. Yeah, I like Jason's. I'm friend with him. I was hoping you'd take the lead. I wanted to have a conversation with you. Oh my gosh. And you know what? I was just like I said, my dentures were falling out. My glue was coming unstuck. I really didn't want to be on camera, and I didn't want to make it obvious that I was having an issue with my teeth at the time. Like, someone help me out here, please. TV is an entire vibe. He is indeed. I agree entirely. I have nothing bad to say about Jason, and I have nothing bad to say about Aiden. You know, people think that because there was Aiden's side and of how he felt being on the receivership, there was my side, how I was like going through my own little fucking drama because my teeth weren't working. And then there was Jason's side because he felt that the vibe wasn't vibe, and then he was tripping over his words and making questions way too long. There's 3 different ways to view it. And the thing that's annoying is people feel like it's a side. We had to take a side. I'm on TV side. I'm on Jason's side. I'm on Nosie's side. I'm against you. And it's like, no, we all had a different thing to contribute there. And between all 3 of us, it didn't go fucking great. We're good with that. And it ended with, we're all good with that, right? I'm on StreamYard. Yeah, everything's behind. Sorry, they're not in good order. I apologize. I'm trying to move forward with, hang on. I got to move forward further in the conversation. I'm way too behind, aren't I? So I think if it was you and Turtle Boy having a conversation, it would have went well. Well, Joanna, I get what you're saying there, and I appreciate that that's what people think, and that's even maybe what Aiden thinks as well. But I don't want to be like, oh, yeah, you're right, Jason sucked. Let's just exit Jason out of the story because he's my friend. I'm not going to say he sucked. I'm not going to say that, it couldn't have gone well just because he was in it. Like that, I feel bad for Jason. Like, people come from that angle, like that it couldn't have gone well just because Jason was in it. So, I'm happy for you guys to have that opinion, but it doesn't mean I have to agree with you, or at least, be awful to my friend Jason. Like, yeah, okay, everyone thinks you sucked, so in order for me to shut everyone up on the fucking topic, I have to say you sucked. That's not how it works in my book. I don't want to be mean to my friend because the crowd demands I got to be mean to them. No, that's not how it works. So, but yeah, I'm cool if you guys think, without Jason there might have been a different dynamic. I'm cool if you guys feeling that and saying that. I just feel I can't get on board with it because they're both my friends. I don't want to be rude to either of them. Ozzy, you're a turtle roo. You gotta have confidence. Robin, which part of did I show where I didn't have confidence? Except, oh, well, my teeth were falling out in the middle of the fucking interview. But yeah, that kind of, screwed things a little bit for my confidence. I would like to have turned the camera off right then and there where that started happening. An actual convo rather than an interview. Yeah, it's a little confusing what that is, but an actual convo and an interview can be interchangeable, apparently, I think that's what I'm getting out of it. So, Tracy, I don't know if he sucked. It was it was awkward. Yeah, it was awkward. I don't think he sucked either. I think it could have been comfortable if we'd all got off on the same foot. I just don't think we all got off on the same foot. Jason had a specific area he wanted to talk about, and I was like, yep, fine, talk about it. I didn't know that TB wouldn't be receptive to that area of talking about it, or what he knew about it, or what he didn't know about it. I presume Jason knows him well enough to know where he was going there. So, but those are things that Jason can talk about if he wants to. I don't know if he wants to. Probably should have invited him up. I should have invited him up if he wanted to talk about it, Oh, yeah, Michelle, I think he actually did own it. Honest, I did think he owned it. he was perfectly fine. This is the thing that bothered me, I guess, is that when the stream finished, Aiden said to Jason, yeah, next time try blah, blah, blah. Jason said, yeah, I'm good with that. I can take that on board. Everyone was cool. All of us up on stage were cool with that. You know, Aiden got what he wanted across to us. We accepted it. We all went with it. We're all cool with that. We all get off stage and the whole fucking world has a fucking meltdown. So, for those who came in late, the point of the stream is asking the audience which part they actually need me to be responsible for, because this is the feedback I'm getting. You need to take accountability. Take the blame, Ozzy. Stop passing the buck. So this is actually a stream about what blame, what can I fix, what can I do better? Because I don't want to get into another situation where we just have a repeat. I need to know what to fix here. All right. Jason knows what he needs to fix. I'm not sure what I should be fixing. First of all, I'm not going to be on camera. How about that? Next one, no camera. That's my first, I think that's my first thing, no camera. And I think also the next thing also is that way my issues with that I'm going through with new dentures and wearing things in and all this sort of shit that's going on right now, least ways that's out off the table, right? Remove that issue so that's not distracting me. Second thing I think is I don't really want to do question and answer. I'm not a question and answer kind of interviewer. I'm not comfortable with that format. I'm comfortable with I know what will happen is you will see me with a few different. A lot of you have already seen me with a few people up here on as a guest, right? But I've also got Andrea coming up. I've got a few other people coming up that where you'll actually just see me doing what I'm comfortable with. So again, I ask what blame. This is what I need to know. I'm being asked to take some blame, and I'm happy to. I just need to know what that blame is that will make people happy, because there's a lot of people saying it, and I'm happy for the criticism. Bam, hit me with it. Just tell me what it is. So, you know, and maybe, you know, just being myself is part of what would have made it go better. So not having my face on camera, so I'm not stressing about, you know, some of the issues that I'm having with my new bridges. Not having somebody else try to do an interview. Okay, let's say that is probably that's something that I can fix. So I'm just looking at, you know, what else can I fix? And rather than saying you need to beat me over the head and I'm so bad and I got to take a blame, how about we just like fucking fix shit? Let's fix it. Fixing shit. I've seen so many people ordering hosts to do or not do something. Yeah, it gets very fucking tiring. And I know that Aiden knows exactly what I'm talking about there. Like, that people are in the comments saying, well, you know, you're this and you're that and you didn't do this and you didn't do that, blah, 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 blah. So that is actually what I'm addressing today. It is not that I think Aiden or Jason did or said anything wrong. This is just dealing with what the audience needs me to fucking address. So be specific. What is it you want me to address? And I'll address it. Be specific, people. Okay, can we do that? Anyway, and you can't fix stupid. Well, there's also that, Joanna. There is also that. So no, apparently I do need to take some blame. Apparently, like, this will make a lot of people happy. I know it's not necessarily your particular point of view or even the majority view, but apparently I have to take some blame. I just need to know what that is. Once I've got, okay, this is the actual thing you want me to take the blame for, and then I can fix it. Next time I go live, I can go, all right, remember, don't do that, Ozzy. That's the thing that makes these particular side of the audience, that makes them cranky. So don't do that again, okay? Avoid that. So once I know what that is, we're cool. Just got to nail it, right? I don't know how taking blame is supposed to work, though. I'm with you, J Ray. I'm with you. How does it work, right? How does that work? So anyway, I'm going to read on, because this is what I'm addressing here. It's not necessarily that my guest or my co-host did anything wrong here. I'm just saying I can't speak for them. I can't take on whatever criticism you think you've got for them. I can't do that. I'm not going to diss my friend, and I'm not going to diss my guest. So moving on from there, let's go with so we were explaining why that little list that someone offered for me, accepting blame, here's our list, would actually pass the buck to somebody else and make them feel bad, because that list moves the responsibility over to them. It's not really me accepting it. So, but I did write in response, like, as far as I could tell, Aiden offered critique to Jason and he took it on board. That's the end. That's it. There was nothing else. We all fine. So you're not really being specific here what the issue was. And so someone pipes up and says, like, not true. Constructive criticism is not about, like, beating you over the head, like getting you to take blame. Anything anyone says in that vein gets bashed on the head by you, actually. Take accountability and move on. Well, those are two totally different things. Taking accountability means I actually got to stay on the topic for a bit to work out what the fuck I did wrong and then move on, right? And then not make the mistake again in the future. I feel like that's like a whole freaking like sentence that you missed. And but anyway, this person says, I personally tried to be very nice about my comments and you ignored the complimentary aspects and went right to excuses and bashing and insinuate. How dare we even criticize? See that? I don't know where. Show me where I did that, because I don't think I did. Reread what we are saying without the defensiveness. You might learn something. I'm trying. I'm trying. I really am. I need fucking help. I'm trying. Blame the cake. That's the fucking cake. Serious? It was the fucking cake all along. Are you kidding me? No way. It was the fucking cake. I was the insider. I got my dentures a month ago. Oh, they're fucking awful, right? They are bigger than George Washington's wooden teeth. I can't wear them. I feel you paid right. I'm on my second set, Becky. I'm still... I just like... They picked the smallest fucking teeth on the shelf and they're still too big for my head. So they feel like George Washington's wooden teeth. In fucking deed. Fails and how he sees himself filling the gap. Hang on, chasing. I'm sure that was interesting. Let me go. Well, I just asked ChatGPT because why not? It says if the interviewer supports his angle, let him tell his version fully. Don't interrupt too much. Explore why he thinks mainstream media fails and how he sees himself filling that gap. Yeah, that was kind of what I was actually trying to do there, but maybe I didn't do a very good job. But like I said, I was self-conscious because my teeth kept falling out. Mistakes help us grow. That's why I'm so huge. Good on you, Glenn. You're canny fun. I think the strict Q&A format didn't allow for any natural flow. Yeah, and I actually did hear what Aiden said on his show. I think it was yesterday. I can't remember when it was now. That it needed to be less strict on Q&A. So way less strict, like way more casual. Q&A, but casual. But, you know, I get that Jason went kind of like a little too strict on the Q&A, perhaps. And again, I can't say, yeah, I will change what Jason does so that doesn't happen again. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like Jason has to do that. It's kind of his thing. So Livia Lambo never shows her face. I know, and no one bitches about it, right? There is a way to exit a chat, right? People who come to complain really trap my ass. Right, but see, I don't want to just be blocking everybody and not giving them what they want. I do want to address it, and I don't want to make the same mistake over and over. So, I mean, the point here is I don't want to keep making the same mistakes, and I don't want people to keep hating on me because they think I can't own my mistakes. I just got to work out what it is. I just got to work out what the fucking mistake is that people want me. I don't think for a minute that Jason or Aiden think that there's mistakes I need to take a blame for. I don't think they do. I don't think they're blaming me. We all had our own thing going on and how we feel about it because we're all fucking individuals. Surprise, surprise. Aiden felt the questions weren't good. Jason felt, yep, he probably got a little screwed up because things were uncomfortable and he compounded his questions. I was completely sidetracked because I had fucking teeth problems that were made it a bad time to put myself on fucking camera, and I was distracted. So we all had our own things going on and we're all owning those things. So none of this is about what Aiden thinks or what Jason thinks or what I think or how we think this went. All right, we own it. It's out there. We're leaving it up. Everyone knows we own it because we're leaving it up. We're not trying to delete it or remove it. So that side of it is kind of like, said and done. This is a different side of it. This is people feel like they need to defend someone. Either my guys need to defend me against Aiden, or his guys need to defend him against me. But the point is, we don't feel that we need you to do that for us because we all came to our own. We already settled this. We're settled on it. The audience is not settled on it. We need to find that happy middle ground. And apparently the happy middle ground is I need to take blame for something. So let's find what it is I need to take blame for. So it takes a brave soul to tell the truth. You crack me up. No fault to anyone, whatever the reason the vibe started wrong. Right. I don't think that anyone was particularly to blame. I don't think we need to go off on these tangents, but there's a certain faction out there who need me to, yes, thank you, Broken Badge, but that wasn't me asking the question. So if you want Jason to take that on, you need to say it to Jason. I can't accept your criticism on his behalf. Okay. It was his interview that he was leading. So you're making me laugh. I didn't know you were struggling, and I just know the deal so well. Yeah, I'm struggling to try and find some happy middle ground because, I tried to do a react video yesterday where Vince got a few details wrong. I just want to straighten him out. I'm not insecure about doing the interview. I just don't do interviews, okay? I don't play the fucking flute. I play the guitar. I got a different way I like to do shit. I don't do interviews. So, but I if I have to admit I was insecure, if Vince wants me to admit I'm insecure about something, yeah, it was my teeth. So he got exposed, and that's what he needs right now. He needs support, and you did that. Free Turtle Boy. Well, I think we're all on the same page with that one. We just need to get our audiences on the same page, because that's what's continuing it on, is that the audience feels like there's a us and them side, and that's what's continuing it on. I want to be able to move into the next phase. I want to be able, I think we will be doing a do-over. I'm keen for a do-over. Aiden's keen for a do-over. We're quite happy to do the do-over. But we need to know what not to do in the do-over, right? So what's going to please the crowd that we don't do in the do-over? So I know whatever Turtle Boy wants to do, he'll fucking do. But I'm trying to not be so much like that. Like I do want to appease a bit of the audience. What is it that you want from me, and I'll try my best if I can give it to you. But if you want me to do straight out fucking TV interview, I can't do that. That I at least know my limits there. Like you need to have, and this is something too that I actually don't necessarily feel Vince is not on the same page with me. Once this is my weaknesses, this is my strengths, and then you delegate according to your weaknesses and your strengths, and you do the things that make your strengths shine. I don't think Vince would disagree with that, and I don't think Aiden would disagree with that either. As long as you can identify your strengths and weaknesses, and those are the things that you create your content around, then you're playing to your strengths, aren't you? So I don't think Vince would disagree with some of the things that I said there. Some of the criticism I leveled in that video was actually at the audience, saying how an interview should be, like 55 fucking million times over and over and over. This is what this is what an interview should be. It's like, yeah, thank you. I think we got that the first 55 fucking million times. Can we stop repeating that now? Can we be like a little bit more constructive and work out how not to end up there? Everyone's a backseat driver. Like, after it's all said and done, everyone's a fucking backseat driver. But if we can work out how to not end up in that place to begin with, like, how do we break the ice, for example? What's the icebreaker? Where do we get to this point where we're comfortable and questions don't end up compound because we're uncomfortable? How about there? How about we start there? Have we all got icebreaker like ways that we do things that makes it easy to break the ice and get into this comfort zone? Hi, Edie. Just popping in to say hi and offer my support. Oh, you're a sweetie. Thank you. OG in the house. BU, neurospicy challenges neurotypical, as they don't get it. This is not you. You didn't fuck up. Thanks, Edie. Hey, and if I did fuck up, I'm quite happy to own it. I just haven't quite put a finger on it. There's a difference between things got a little uncomfortable, like weird, and it wasn't, and we all got tongue-tied, to you fucked up and you just need to take accountability. There's a fucking big chasm between the two. So no one hates you or mad at you. We watch you because we like the sound of your voice. It takes anxiety away. We want to hear you talk and interview. Yeah, I've never done an interview, but William, and I don't do interviews because I've never done one. So you can't even say that you've heard me do one. I don't do them. Quite happy not to do them. I'm quite happy with pre-records if we have to go down that sort of avenue, and then we can go, yeah, that question was shit. Let's try something else. And then you can delete the bit where you admitted it was shit and try something else, and then leave that on the fucking cutting room floor. Anyway, let's move on. So, I'm just reading through, just the different feedback that I'm getting on the thread, so that I can identify, what it is that's really the issue here that people are asking me to deal with. So, you've not taken any blame, and I don't feel like that Total Boy had to take any blame. I don't feel like Jason had to take any blame. I don't feel like I had to take any blame. But if you think there's some blame to be taken, please be specific and don't ask me to shit on the guest or the host so that you can make that point. So, yes, so watch it. Yeah, look out. No need for another interview unless you feel comfortable to do so. I personally like your Bev-fed DOJ content mashups and your detailed analyses. Yeah, thank you, Nelly. And thank you for not seeing it as an attack, because I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. Because it's not an attack. I just need to get to the bottom of it so that when I have someone who actually does want an interview next time, I can find some happy medium in the middle that's not uncomfortable for them and it's not uncomfortable for me. So if you're still listening, Aiden, no fucking camera next time, all right? Both of us turn the fucking camera off. And we do this like a phone call. Well, I don't know. Some of them actually are trolls. Some of them I have just ignored them. Like literally, they're in the fucking ignore bin. Like Vince said not to do. Yeah, that fucking ignore bin. They're gone. So, oh my God, it's Dr. Jones in the house again. Unfortunately, it is not always black and white. No, it's not. Well, there's a lot of people out there thinking that it is very black and white, and this shit should be easy, and it should be easy to just not ask a compound question when you're getting tongue-tied. It should be easy to not like get tongue-tied to start with, but no, none of that shit's not true. It's not true. It's not easy. It's your channel. You should start to. You articulate yourself well enough, I'm sure you would be fine. The Jason guy was poor at interviewing. Right, but do you understand it's okay for you to say whatever it is you think about Jason, but I don't agree with you because Jason's my friend. I'm not going to tell him, hey, dude, you sucked. He's my friend. Who treats their friends like that? Is that how you, William, would tell your friend that it was not a good interview? I kind of like the way Aiden said it to Jason. They have their own... because they do know each other in person. I like the way Aiden and Jason had that conversation together. You could have been this way. Jason was like, yep, you're right. I could have been that way. I actually liked the way that went down between them. So to now continue on and keep saying Jason was poor, Jason's accepted that he's poor, but Jason was poor. But Jason's accepted, you heard it with your own fucking ears, that Jason understood what he did wrong there. But Jason was poor at interviewing. Like, how many times do we have to keep doing this over and over and over before we get to this point where we watch the interview and we see they had their own interaction? Turtle Boy said, this is what I think. Jason said, thank you for that. Gotcha. You know? Did Jason handle that poorly? Can we give him credit for that? Can we say, yes, things fell apart, but he took the advice? So, Kit Kat, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. I'm not letting it go. People are upset about it. I'm dealing with it. All right? If you don't fix the fucking mistake, how do you not make it again? Because pretending it didn't happen and letting it go doesn't fix the fucking mistake, right? Fuck you. Nicely. Enjoy it. I mean, you know, use whatever nice thing you need to use to relieve yourself, but it doesn't work, okay? Who took what down? The dude making the bit. I actually didn't think it was cringy. I kind of felt like he got some shit wrong. All right, if you're gonna do it good. Get your fucking facts right. Do it good. I understood what he was doing. Loophole Lawyer was saying, I teach people how to give interviews, and this was a really bad interview that I can use for an example. I got what he was doing. It's just he got some fucking facts wrong. That's what I was responding to. So if you don't want to be corrected on your facts, go to your fucking homework first. I'm not a lawyer. First fact you got wrong. I'm not part of LawTube. Fact that fact was fucking wrong from the get-go. So fix your facts, and I won't fucking make a response video telling you the actual facts. How about that? I don't think it was a mistake. I think it's a learning curve. Right, Joanna. Exactly. So Vince the evil lawyer. Ozzy, I love you. I'm sorry the negative comments. You are fine and would be fine talking with TB. Right. And so with Jason. We just had an off day, okay? Vince the evil lawyer. I don't know if that's you, Vince, that I never thought for 1 second that you would take offense to me responding to getting your facts right about, I'm not a law tuber. The entire fucking internet seems to think I should be doing interviews when I fucking don't want to. I felt like you wouldn't be taking offense to this shit. It's the internet doing it, not you and not me. And it's not even the three that were on the stage in that interview. So the internet's losing their fucking shit. But if I can get to the bottom of what they're losing their shit over, then I can fix it, or at least try to do better next time. They want me to try to do better, but I need to know what that thing is that I do better. So not go on camera until I'm used to my teeth. That would make me feel more secure. I don't think it was a mistake. It's a learning curve that everyone can learn from. But one thing we all know in the comments can be mean. You have to just ignore them or call them out. Well, bingo, Joanna. Calling them out is my point. Or, okay, if you're not just trying to be a troll, then get to the fucking point and I'll try to take on board what it is that you're trying to tell me. I'll take it on board. So this live stream, incidentally, is about the audience. It's not about the people who were in the interview, and it's not about Vince. This is about the audience. So let's stay focused here. Regardless, I think you are beating this into the dirt too much. However, shame on Loophole for making a video. No, I was actually quite happy that he made a video about it. I'm not upset about that. I'm not upset about that. I'm not upset about that we had a weird moment on a fucking live stream. I'm not upset with Jason. I'm upset because everybody wants me to fucking do better. But I need to know what it is that you want me to fucking do better at. So we can be specific here. So I think that's why I'm so bothered by Ozzy feeling insecure about her teeth, which are totally fucking fine by general most standards. Beautiful smile, beautiful up. Thank you. Thank you, darling. I'm just bothered by them because they're new. I've only just been doing this for I've only just had all my teeth ripped out. Like this is new to me. I've had one set of bridges that didn't work, and I had to go and get another completely new set of bridges. They don't fucking work. They're not staying in. They're not hanging on. I need to get smaller kids' teeth, I think. So even though you shun me, what did I do? For leaving, seeking justice for my own well-being, I have to say, and here you are, you cool shit, and run your channel the way you want. I never shunned you, darling. You went. Sorry. Let's have this conversation, not in this format, because I'm busy ripping it up the fucking audience. I don't want to have the conversation in this format, but thank you for the $10. Let's please have this conversation. Thank you for raising it, and I want to have it with you. Let's do it. Where are we? Ozzy, you're beautiful. Don't hide from a shitty phone. Carol, I have to hide from you until my teeth get fixed proper. I got to go back. I'm going to go to a kid's dentist this time and see if I can get kid-sized fucking teeth because obviously adult size shit's not working for me. So thank you, Amy. Yes, I want to have this conversation with Amy. So thanks, Prince Lover. But back to what you said, yes, I would tell my friends if they did poorly. You see, if you think they did poorly, you might tell them they did poorly. I didn't think Jason did poorly. I think he just tripped over his words because he was uncomfortable. So it's okay for you to feel that he did poorly and that you might tell him that, but I didn't. Is that what it is? You want me to tell him he did poorly? Is that what you want? Is that what will fix it? That you want me to physically like get up on screen with Jason and go, Jason, you did poorly, okay? And then he goes, yes, thank you, Mez. And then that would make everyone happy. Is that what you want? Well, there's always do better at telling them to go fuck off. Look, this is where Turtle Boy can give me some fucking tips, right? How is it that he can tell you to go fuck yourself and everyone thinks it's funny, but if I tell you to go fuck yourself, you're fucking insulted? How is it that you can get away with that shit? I need some tips, Aiden. How do I tell people to go fuck yourself and still be funny? You don't have to be upset, however. I've just been anxious because I need to know it's the Asperger's. I'm anxious because I haven't got to the part where I understand what neurotypicals would do differently when this shit is starting to fall apart. Not after it, not in hindsight, not when it's all over, when it's happening. Like how does a neurotypical salvage a situation that they can see is going south in real time? How do I do that? Fine. Broken badge, fuck off. If you can't talk about fucking real shit like we're talking about here, fuck off. You're not welcome. Go do your fucking surface bullshit and don't talk about real shit. That's fine by me. So on the do-over, maybe ask him. I don't think I want to ask him anything, actually. I think on the do-over, it's just like, hey, how's it going? What have you been up to? How's the whore going? I just don't think I'm going to be, and see where it goes. See if he's comfortable. And if he's not, we'll just knock it off early. You can't dwell on it. No, I'm not dwelling on it. I'd actually like for people to do is be specific. Tell me what it is I need to own. I'll own it. We all move on. How about that? Would that be nice? Then I could put out a react video to someone like Vince and nobody takes it the wrong way. How about that? That would be nice. So it would be like me making a video of my friends talking about a video, talking about playing Call of Duty. I'm not sure I get your analogy. I'd actually rather you don't do better. You're making me feel bad about myself in comparison. Just trying a different approach. Right. I just want to try a different approach, but I don't want it to be the bad approach, because everyone's a fucking critic. Right, Aiden? Everyone's a fucking critic. I think going with your instinct to have general conversational interactions is a great place to start. Refute interviews and embrace interactions. Yes, thank you, Becky. I'm glad someone understands where I was coming from with that. Thank you. Thank you so much for putting that into English for me. So that helps a lot. Also, that stupid insecurity is why I haven't been going live. I hate my voice. I actually don't like my voice being played back at me. If I can't hear my voice being projected back at me, I'm actually better with that. But the camera thing, I can't do. That's full fucking Asperger's. it's the same thing, but it's me being projected back at myself. If I could see it, it's fucking all over. I don't think that's insecurity. I've actually talked with my specialist about this. This is an Asperger's thing. It's it's a distraction because you don't want to hear your own voice played back. You don't want to see your own face played back. And when those two things aren't in the picture, you're fine. Everything goes smooth. Brain functions normally. But I have spoken with my specialist about that. And I'm happy to say, Vince, no, you're wrong. On that topic, you're wrong. And maybe speak with a Asperger specialist so you can understand that topic if you want to understand it better. So Fudge Fat Finger on do-over. Maybe first question, ask about coaching his kids' sport. Hey, look, I'm happy for the audience to have their questions if they want to throw them in there. Quite happy with that. I was trying to only put positive questions on the screen and I saw Laurie Jean, and she's actually one of my biggest, she subscribes like, and is a member and is always chucking money at me. I put it up on the screen because she's one of the most popular ones that does it, and then realized she was having a go at Total Boy. So I take on board what Aiden said. That was a bad comment to put on the screen. I hated that. Sorry. It was lovely seeing her in person. I feel for her. People can be so judgmental and rude. I think you're talking about me in the third person, but thank you. My main objective is fuck 'em. Thank you, Amy. The problem is only some people are allowed to say shit, you know? I'm not, apparently. It was awkward to watch, but it was a bad dynamic, and move on. You're cool. Have your own audience. I think what I actually like to do is bring our audiences together a little bit more, actually, that there was no us and them. There was no TB was good and you sucked, or you sucked and TB was good, or Jason sucked and you and TB were good. I think I'd like just for everybody to just come together and just go like, shit happens, you know, let's move on and have another go at it. But on the same token, if I'm going to have another go at it, I need to know what I'm going to fucking iron out. I want you guys to tell me what I got to iron out. I don't think that's what he wants you to do. You mean Turtle Boy? I don't think that's what he wants you to do. But no, I'm not putting words in your mouth, William. I'm responding to your comments and in kind explaining where I'm coming from. So I ain't putting words in your mouth. I got where you're coming from, and I replied. Haters gonna hate. Oh my gosh, Ozzy, I'm so sorry. Please, if there's a way to contact you personally, I'd be cool to know. I have a friend in SD that can and will help customize your teeth. Oh my fucking God. Yes. Oh my fucking God. That would be awesome. In where? SD. I'm not sure where SD is. I need somebody who does kids' teeth. This is a problem that I got. The molds are fitting my gums perfectly. They're very comfortable, but the teeth are too big. And this last set that I got made were the smallest fucking teeth they had. I need someone who does kids' teeth, I think. Did you listen to Loophole Lawyer? He makes mistakes too. Absolutely. Oh, don't listen to him. No, it's okay. I can listen to him and I can take on some of what he said, but he got some shit wrong. So, you know, he can also take it on. This is what I was arguing about in the comments is like, so what you're saying is that he's allowed to have the criticism. I'm not allowed to have a response. That's basically what people were saying. And it's like, that's not how it works. If it comes down to privilege, like he's actually the privileged person where only he can do it. I'm the older person. So how about that? How about only I can do it because I'm fucking pushing 60? How about that? I don't think it's pretty funny either way. No, I don't know. I think it's pretty funny either way, no matter who says it. Right. I thought it was badass. You showed your beautiful face. Yeah. Thank you, Amy. Thank you so much. If you think he did fine, then if you think he did fine, that's your opinion. Yeah, I think he did fine. I'm not going to criticize him. But I think that's what people are angry at, that I won't just go criticize him because they need me to criticize him. I don't want to. What he did was he tripped over his tongue. He realizes that he did it. He owns it. He said he's fine with it. He didn't have any backlash for anybody. You know, he didn't have any answers to anyone. So, I feel like, he's fine. Let him go. I'm sure he's going to probably not do any interviews anymore. No, I'm just joking. What I'm sure is going to happen is I'm sure he's going to hone interviewing. It's the first time he's ever interviewed anyone. So you don't need to say anything to Jason. He was hard on himself at the end without the nasty comments. No, he was not. He was hard on himself towards the end, but at the same time, he accepted the criticism. So, but people are mad at me because I'm not accepting criticism. I'm like, well, that's fine. Just give me something constructive. All right. If there's a way I can go about this so that it makes you happy watching it, that I did the thing you need me to do, quite happy to do it. Just give it to me. What is it? Yes, the chat was very critical. I said so at the time. People in general are too critical, too judgy. Yep. Empaths know this on a deep level. Right. They were being fucking horrible in the chat. I actually would prefer if we weren't looking at the chat while we were doing the interview. That would have made things a whole lot more comfortable, right? I'm going to have to forward past. I'm getting behind in the chats again, so let me just forward past and come to where we are up to date again. I don't know who or what is going on. However, what you are saying is 100% spot on. Glass houses are no good, and I admire you, and I love your voice. Thank you. Thank you, Glock. As I said earlier, I think your response was beautiful. You did own that things weren't perfect, and you explained your own perspective. Totally valid. Thank you, George. Thank you. That was all I was aiming at. See, like, read the screen. This is all I was aiming at. Was that? So, I was on a huge, almost million subs. Hang on, let me get this. I'm missing that. Almost million sub YouTube channel in England. 80% loved me, 20% hated me. My accent. They made awful comments. Right? People are awful. It's not necessarily that's concerning me though, Karen. It's more that TB's crew feel like they had to come and defend him by attacking me, and then my crew felt like they had to defend me and attack TB, and this was just going back and forth, and I just wanted to like round this out and say, like, we don't need to be doing that because me and TB are fine. Jason and TB are fine. There's no us and them here, that we don't have to play that game. But let's avoid it in the future. Is there something that we can do differently where you guys don't get this idea that there's supposed to be an us and them, TV's right and you're wrong and TV's right? You know what I mean? Like, can we actually do something as the creators to prevent that from happening? Well, then you are the much bigger person. If people want to criticize others, then that's a problem they have. Right. If you want to criticize, you got to accept a bit of it back, right? So people do what they want to do, but you are you, and you have every right to do it your way. Well, then you're the much bigger person. If you want to criticize others, then that's right. I think I just said that. So I'm doubling up on the questions here. I apologize. I know there's a lot I missed, and I apologize. I have missed. Aussie, San Diego. Gotcha. I'm in Orange County. We both graduated from high school. Yeah, lovely. Yes, please. Let's talk about that offline. Join my Discord. If you look in the members area, you'll see a link for Discord. I'm still a bit behind, but if it helps, it seems TB has a narrow range. He isn't adaptable to every format. It's not criticism, but some things just won't mesh, and just one party can't fix that. I follow what you're saying. I follow exactly what you're saying. Some people just gel, and some people just don't, and sometimes it can't be fixed, right? Maybe you can take the blame for thinking it was a good idea to bring Jason with you. Maybe that will satisfy those demanding you take the blame, but also fuck those people, they suck, who cares? Thinking it was a good idea to bring. Okay, the idea could have been the sucky part, not that it was Jason or that he agreed, but the idea that I had of going, okay, well, maybe Jason would like to do that. The idea part of it sucked. Gotcha. All right. That sounds good. Take the blame for that. Cool. Let me just fucking hang on. Let me make that add note. Note to self. No. Hang on. Got it. All right. Written down. Taken on board. Thank you, J Ray. I love it. I love it. We're getting somewhere here. And initiate issues amongst followers, which creates divisions. Right. There's an issue with that, right? People who wrote the comments you're reading are not intelligent. I propose you turn off the comment boxes. Yeah, I don't think I need to turn them off completely. I mean, people feel that they have a valid criticism, and I don't want them to feel like it's not a valid criticism. I just want them to have A, constructivity in mind, like it's being constructive, and B, they're very clear about what they're trying to be constructive about, so that I get it because I'm Aspie. So explain it to me like I'm Aspie. I know you mentioned you don't like seeing yourself. Is there a way that is simple as putting a piece of paper on the screen and not looking at chat? No, I don't know. It depends. Do you want me to focus or not? Do you want me to be focused, or you want me to be distracted? We'll work on it, okay? We'll work on it. The feedback of myself, can't do it. I love seeing other people's faces while I'm interacting with them, but I agree. Don't watch the chat and don't grab questions from the chat. Yeah, but see, then it's not a live stream anymore. The whole point of the live stream is what we're doing here, right? I'm grabbing questions from the chat. We're all having an interaction. Isn't this what a live stream is? So if you don't, this is what my feeling is, and just my experience using YouTube. If you don't want the audience involved, you do a pre-record, right? And then you don't have chat, and then the audience is not involved. So we got to pick which format we want. I feel like there's all this like in between shit where we're not being clear, and that, to me, this is a pre-record that you're describing. So maybe the next one should be a pre-record, and then there's no chat, there's no getting distracted, there's no we can delete the bits where we fucked up, yeah, okay, that was a bad question, let me ask this question. And delete the fucking bad bits. Maybe that's what we need to do. Work out whether we want a live stream or a pre-record, because it feels like we're getting a little mixed up on what they all are here. So you are far more beloved than Meghan Markle. Well, that's relief. Thank you. What a relief. Oh, that's funny. There, it's fixed. Yeah, we actually have one, right? You can walk me through my fear. I have the information. I am just horrified. You're an inspiration, I think is what you mean. I was told start by being on others' platforms first. Pray for me. Oh, I don't know. Do you want to come on my platform? You're welcome to, but it's not going to be an interview thing. I just don't do interviews. Don't happen. But I would have you up here just to say hi. Like, I've had, a number of guests up here, like Lon Solo, he's our resident EMT firefighter. Also, Arcane, he's an Aussie guy. He's also a resident EMT firefighter. It comes down to what the topic is. If I think we need to answer questions about that topic, I will get them up. But it's not an interview. It's just like, hey, what do you reckon, mate? Feel free, if you want to get used to it, though, to come up. We'll have you up anytime you like, Glock. A minor that I spent more time than my actual major. Oh, gotcha. Aussie, hang on, let's go back to the bit. I have a minor in broadcast journalism, and I'd be happy to help you craft a beautiful interview. I've also watched TV since 2017, so I know how he moves through conversations. Here's a funny thing, Andrea. So does Jason. They've had conversations before. Weird, right? I don't know what happened there. Can't tell you, except didn't go right and Jason got tongue-tied. But thank you for the offer. I appreciate it. I think TB and I have actually decided we're not going to do an interview. We're just going to say hi and see where it goes. A minor, I spent more time on that my actual major, right? Gotcha. Compromise. Have people submitted questions in advance and have them do that and then ask them in the live stream. Oh, that's a good idea, George. I like it a lot. Do the audience at the end, not during. I don't know. We've got to decide what we're actually doing. Are we doing a pre-record with no audience and we're taking their questions beforehand, or are we doing a actual audience interaction live stream, or are we doing a live stream with no audience interaction? We got to be specific because we're all over the fucking shop right now. And I'm Aspie. I need specific. I need the straight fucking specific. Hang on. Some in the chat were like Kate Peters and McAlbert Crew. Yeah, I think there probably was a couple of them. They wanted to throw him off his game, probably. But I mean, there was some awful shit being said all around about Jason's lisp, about my teeth, about Hayden. So it was going fucking hell west and crooked. That's a great idea. I've seen plenty of YouTubes do the interview first and then, yeah, like you can do it as a premiere, like you pre-record it and then, you're in the chat with everybody watching it when it gets premiered so that you're like part of it as well. So there's a chat interaction and a pre-record. There's those as well. They're a little bit of both. There's a lot of choices here. So if the chat acts right, Jane, since when does the chat act right? Well, you know what? We got my chat here today acting right, but that's because I do what Vince says never do and delete the fuckheads. Sorry, noisy fan. I just put my knee in the fan. Maybe you can do an audience Q&A for the last 20 minutes, but if they start popping off and acting a fool, they can lose privileges and they don't get any warnings. I don't know. This is really hard to do, to actually focus on doing the thing you don't want to do, the Q&A, because you're not good at it, and control the fucking audience at the same time. It's hard to fucking pat your head and rub your tummy. okay, can it just be a mindset thing? You keep saying you don't do interviews, so maybe think of it as conversation, not an interview. Right. It's a mindset thing. It is. Well, kind of. Everyone's got their own version of what they think it is. It's not tangible what an interview is. It is not a tangible thing. If you were working in the media, I think it is actually tangible. But if you're out here in the YouTube streets, it's fucking all over the shop. Nobody actually can decide and agree on what that thing actually is. So Aiden is on Broken Baker. We should crash the party. I heard if you're in YouTube studio, click the link while they get watch time. What? I heard if you're in YouTube studio, click link while live, they get watch time. Not sure I'm following you. Live is being present in the state of being and unedited and unscripted for the most part. Yeah, but it's also, for me, it's interacting with my audience, because you can't interact with me in a pre-record or an upload. So for me, it's more about having one-on-one interaction with my audience. So, but like I said, this is all tangible. We can be tangible, but at the moment there's not tangible stuff. Like, we need to understand what it is that we're actually getting. What is the point? You know what I mean? Like, at what is the tangible thing that we're saying this is or isn't? So, audience questions, I meant, ask some at the end. We can do that, Shell. We can do that too. We were just throwing ideas out there for it. Yes, bloody awesome. Loving it. I'm appreciating the ideas. I'm appreciating it. There was a point of going live. Like, help me out here, guys. Fangirling Aussie. Thank you, Smarter Harry. You're always so kind to me. You're a bold, brainy gal whose presentations I admire. Thank you, Smarter Harry. I.e., when another channel is live and you're live, the time is shared. I think only paid accounts. I think that only works with paid accounts. So if I'm following what you're saying. So yeah, I think we actually got somewhere like where I can accept some, some blame that people need me to accept, where it's not passing it off onto my guest did something wrong or said something wrong, or my co-host did or said something wrong. I think we actually found some happy middle ground there. When it comes to American history, I'm better on screen. Not one to ask for. I have tried a couple live chats. I just get distracted by all the settings. Did I miss a live chat? Did I miss one? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I missed one. But for those who are wondering, I sent all of those super chats over to Total Boy because I didn't want to actually turn it off on my whole channel. You don't get a choice. It's turn super chats off for the entire channel, for everything all the way across the channel, and then you've actually got to reapply for them to turn them back on again. I didn't want to do that, so I just sent them to him. To me, that's the easiest way to deal with it. Just send them to his defense fund, because that's what we were supporting at the time, right? We were supporting his defense fund. And I apologize if you sent me a super chat and you didn't want it to go to his defense fund. But if that's the case, don't send me super chats on the stream, okay? Because whoever it's on, if they've got some sort of if whoever's on my stream as a guest, if they've got some sort of fundraising going on, that's where it's going to go. I'm not keeping it. It's going to go to their fundraiser. So this is the first time I've ever commented in a live stream. Yay! Well, thank you for being brave. It's surreal as fuck to see my comment pop up on the screen. Okay. Well, thank you so much for interacting and being brave. Everyone's got to take the plunge eventually, right? So all right. I think we actually found some pretty happy common ground here. I know what to do differently. Don't ask someone else to do the interview. Stick to your guns, Aussie. If you don't want to do an interview, don't do an interview. Not hated, but hang on, I need to get it up bigger. I can't see it. I hated, but I would have started crying. Oh. It's not it's definitely giving me anxiety, but it's not upsetting me to the point where I'm in tears. So like I just would never have the balls to interview Turtle Boy on a live stream. Terrified. It's okay if it makes you nervous. I actually didn't feel nervous about him coming on the stream. I actually felt excited that he was coming on the stream. I was very excited because it took a fucking year. He'd been putting me off for a year. It was over a year ago. I asked him and he said, yeah. And he just had one thing after another come up, like, you know, the court cases and the Easter and the kids. And it just kept going on and on and on. Like I knew he was really busy. I was excited to have him up. I wasn't actually nervous, but Nurse Kim sent me a message saying that she broke out in hives. Like she literally broke out in hives to have him on. So, you know, I guess some people were nervous. I was just really fucking over the moon excited for it. But I didn't want my excitement for it to destroy the question and answer format that he asked for, because I was just going to be like, oh my god, you're finally here, make a big deal out of that shit, and it would have all got off track. Like if you left it up to me, pretty sure I would have got it all off fucking track. But anyway, as I said, I don't necessarily want to knock Jason, because you know it went a little south for him, and he felt uncomfortable, and you could see through the way he strung those questions out that he was uncomfortable. Out of all the criticism, not a single person out there said, I could tell Jason was uncomfortable because his questions got weird. Not a single one of yous. Why is that? And I think it's because someone else told you at the other end, it's because the questions were weird. Do you see the circularness? I felt the questions got weird because there was something else going on in the initial ice-breaking interaction. Not that I could control, because it's between him and Aiden, not me. It's between them two. And then Jason got uncomfortable with that. So his questions started getting longer and longer because he's trying to compensate for this thing that was going on. But I didn't hear anyone, not a single person out there said Jason sounded like he was uncomfortable, that something went weird and it got uncomfortable, and that's where his questions started getting weird. So for me, because he's my friend, I saw it. I recognized it. That's where his questions were getting wound out because something else was going on, and I felt badly for him. I really did feel bad for him that it wasn't working for him. He was just drawing that out for too long. But you know, I'm the only one who felt that. It's easy to say the questions got drawn out, it's not so easy to go, well, why did the questions get drawn out? And did anybody actually feel anything for him that it went that way? I felt really bad for him. So it would be really nice if we all had an equal amount of empathy for each other. I felt that I felt bad for Aiden because he just wasn't following. He wasn't with it. I felt bad for Jason because whatever that dynamic was that was going on with them, it sent him off. It sent him off careening out of control. Well, that's what we all picked up on, was Jason had gone out into fucking space. And do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's right. People don't know him like I do, so it was hard for them to sympathize with him. Right. But that's a good point. That is a good point. But you saw as soon as Aiden was gone, Jason was back to comfortable again. We actually had a good back and forth. Like, we didn't have that issue that he and Turtle Boy were having. And I just didn't feel like I could fix the issue that he and Turtle Boy were having, right? I think that we needed to have empathy for everybody that was up there. Shit went south and we were all fucking sitting there like all of us felt badly for it. All of it. And when you go, well, that was cringe. Hey, how about the empathy for those of us at the receiving end? Because if it was cringe for you to watch, it was even worse for us up there going, yeah, I don't know how to fucking salvage this. So I don't know that I don't feel it was Aiden's responsibility to salvage fucking how that went. I don't feel it was Jason's responsibility to salvage how that went. And I don't even think it was my responsibility. I think we just all ended up fucking weird and we took it on the chin and we ended it how we should have. Yeah, that was weird. Let's not do that next time. Let's not do that again. So, but there's empathy that I think we're missing here. I feel empathy for both Jason and my guest. I'm empathetic for them both. There was a dynamic that just wasn't working there. So I could see his questions were getting drawn out because he was trying to be chill. It wasn't working, right? He's like, yeah, it was all getting drawn out. So it's a which part do you want to focus on, the before or the after? And Aiden focused on the after. Oh, your questions got drawn out. That's fine. I'm not going to criticize him for that. That's what he noticed. But for me, I noticed it way before that. I noticed it right at the start. Something wasn't working right from the get-go. So, and that was causing Jason to be uncomfortable and causing him to lose track of his questions. And this is what happens when I can see myself on the camera, which is why I can actually feel sorry for Jason, like the empathy. If I can see myself on camera, that's what happens to me. I'll lose track. My question will go all the way fucking round in circles and I'll say it 5 times backwards. So he sounded like me, desperate to get his intended context out right. That's where I felt like I understood what was going on there. Indeed. Like trying to give it context so that it wasn't lost, but the more context he gave it, the longer it got. And it just got out of control, right? It went spiraled. Each time he tried to fix it, it spiraled harder. So I felt awful for him. So I'm having a bit of an issue here, guys. Let me just see if I can get this screen bigger. Got an eyesight issue today. Maybe I just need to clean my glasses. That might be it. I'm having trouble reading the chat until I get on the screen and it's big. So let's see if that helps. I sympathized either way for Jason. He was nervous. Yeah. especially because the first 2 or 3 questions came out of Jason's mouth, sounding a little turtle blaming, so TB seemed defensive. I think it came out a little too blunt. Like, that topic, the very first question out the gate, that topic is something that TB talks about a lot. You know, these people, they're only anti-Karen Reed because they fucking hate me. I felt like Jason was trying to go in that direction, but it might have been a little too blunt, or the way he said that stuff might have been just too breezing over it too much. And then he realized I breezed over that too hardcore and made it sound a little too hate Turtle Boy. And then he tried to fix it, and then it got all fucking long-winded. So, yeah, I do. So I did feel badly. I could see it. I could see it all happening in real time. But here's the thing: how do you fix it in real time when it's actually going wrong in real time? You need to pull it up right there. You need to go, all right, let's not do that. Let's do this. How do you get back to, you didn't break the ice, you've already careened out of control. How do you come back to breaking the ice again? So, and regroup backstage. That would have been, actually, that's a great idea. I fucking love it. I love it, Michelle. Thank you. I mean, if someone said it before her, thank you too. But thank you all. But these are great ideas. I love this one. Love, 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 love. Love this. Put a fucking song on and go, yep, give us a second, guys. Let's go back, sort this out. Come back. Love it. Love, love. Brilliant idea. I'm adding it to my list. Going on the list. Take a let's say a music break and regroup backstage. It's actually a lot harder to do than you think, because if you've got music playing, you're not actually having a private conversation with someone. So, but we can actually do it in the private chat, like written wise. I'll think about how we can do that so we can still talk to each other and you guys can't hear us. So if I'm doing it through the if I'm doing this through the StreamYard or the Restream, no, we actually can't do that. But if I'm doing it through the independent app, I actually got more control over, whether people can hear us or not. So, okay, you're just having a conversation. Yeah, cool. Case study. Ooh, case study. This whole thing has been an interesting case study. Like, I know people don't like to study behavior of humans and why people do what they do and stuff like that. But because I am Asperger's, I find it actually a really interesting topic. And I do want to pull it apart. I do want to know what makes people tick. And then by learning what makes people tick, I actually learn how to be less Asperger's. It's actually a great thing to learn how people tick, understand the things, the messages, or the symbolisms and the things that are going on that I'm missing. It's good because it helps you deal with how you're not neurotypical way better. Does that make sense? I think I just did a Jason to you and completely drew out the fucking point I was trying to make into a fucking roundabout story. That's so funny. So yeah, I think I actually feel like we got somewhere today. I have to go watch this. I missed the whole live that is the topic. Talking about this live, or are you talking about the interview with Aiden? It was bad. People saying I'm not owning it. Like, it was bad. I am owning it. That's why it's still there. Andrea, it makes a great thesis regarding social media development in interviewing. Cool. I'll read your thesis on it. Yes, that what my oldest is like 2. Yeah, we have a lot of discussions analyzing what he could have said or done differently. It's very important if you are on the spectrum to be aware that not everybody gets where you're coming from. And I'm trying to say to people, if I say to people in writing in the comment section, you're not getting where I'm coming from, it sounds like I'm attacking, when I'm actually just trying to tell you I'm fucking Asperger's. I'm not getting it. I'm sorry. I've lost the plot. Well, you're just trying to process it, right? Exactly. How did this interaction end up here? How did I put you offside? How did I get you thinking that I wasn't taking on board the part of the criticism that, like, for example, in that video that I was reacting to, the Vince, the lawyer video, at what point did I actually make it look like I wasn't accepting some of his criticism? Like, because most of his criticism was towards Jason. It was, you, if you're going to do an interview, this is how not to do it. His constructive criticism was being offered to Jason. I can't accept it on Jason's behalf. Jason can accept it. I can't do it for him. But the his thing for me, his constructive criticism to me was, you can do an interview, just do it. And I'm like, but I don't want to. I appreciate it. I hear ya. I probably could, if I really wanted to study how to fucking do an interview and how to nut this fucking thing out. I probably could, but why do I? Why do I want to? Give me a good reason. It's like, I currently try to play guitar. I'm not great at playing guitar, but I do try. Okay, so currently I try to play guitar. Give me a reason that you need me to play the flute. Why do I need to change? What's wrong with me playing guitar instead of playing the flute? You know, explain to me what's wrong with it, and then I can accept that you need me to take that on board. Like, this is your construction. That's what's constructive criticism. It's not just criticize, shut the fuck up, and do as I tell you, is it? It's supposed to be helpful. It's supposed to help me in some way. So, George, people didn't like, there's the people who are criticizing me still didn't like the flute analogy. I thought it was pretty plain what I was trying to get at there. I literally thought that was a terrific example. And they're like, skin flute. Yeah, that's why the skin flute didn't hit. I'm like, what's skin got to do with it? I don't know why they mean what. I don't know why people had to say skin flute and it didn't help in response to his encouragement. Yeah, right. Hey, but while we're on that subject, let me do this. Hang on. While we're on the subject, did I download it? I think I did. Let me go downloads. I forgot where I put it now. I actually downloaded I'm forgiven. Here we go. A lot of people didn't get any of the fucking, like, even where I was beginning to come from with the flute thing. But Yeah, skin flute. I don't know what that was about, the skin flute, but I'm going to play. This is me playing the guitar. I'm not good at it, all right? And yeah, I am insecure, a little bit insecure that I'm not fucking great at guitar. Do you hear that? I admit it. Completely and totally on fucking board with that. But anyway, I don't need to learn the flute because I'm playing the guitar. You give me a good reason why I should switch from playing the guitar to playing the flute, and I'll do it. And the analogy was, I am definitely not an interview person, don't want to learn it, never studied journalism, never had an interest in studying journalism, don't want to give professional interviews, don't want to be a professional, don't want any of that. I got zero fucking interest. So if you want me to switch from, I do pre-records and deep dive into data and the things that I know about myself, because that's where my education is. If you want me to switch to this other thing, you got to give me a reason. So here we go. This is me badly playing the guitar. Ta-da! So I struggle to play the guitar, but I'm trying. All right, I'm giving it a shot. I'm not entirely 100% fucking confident at it. I'm giving it a shot. So tell me why I should switch to the flute. If you really need me to be an interviewer, give me a good reason. So just saying, I think you'd be great at it, or you can do it, is not a reason. I appreciate the encouragement that you want me to do it, but I don't have an interest in doing it. So I think it's because Jason was invited to be the amp. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He wasn't invited to be the amp. That might have been how it looked to you guys. But Jason asked me a long time ago, can we dive into this side of Turtle Boy's case, because no one talks about it, and I love this, this background sort of story behind his case. I completely agreed. Yes, of course. Let's talk about whatever you want to talk about, because you know that side of the case better than I do. So no, I don't think we got him up there to amplify as an amplifier. We got him up there because Jason wanted to go into this particular area of discussion prior to long before Aiden ever said, yeah, let's catch up. He'd been asking me for ages, like, this is something I feel like we should do. And as soon as Aiden said, I said, can we catch up? And he was like, yeah, sure. I said to Aiden, I don't really want to do an interview, but I just want to do a casual catch up. But Aiden was like, I prefer question and answer. I was like, well, you know what? Since you want that, and since I've got a friend who would really love to go down that track, I shared it with my friend. So sharing that little bit of the floor with my friend, that wasn't, I didn't mean anything by it, except I was sharing a bit of the conversation with him. So I don't know why people took it as something completely different. So fascinating to study the cross-cultural differences in linguistic language presentation analysis with contributing digital impact. Man, I gotta watch this. I gotta read this thesis when you're done. I want to read this thesis so I can fucking learn something from it. Because there is actually a lot of shit going on here, right? There is all of these angles. There's all of these angles, and they're all playing a role. And it's not just one part. Like, is this a communication, or is this a language, or is this a culture? There's also the digital. There's also the way group dynamics works. There's heaps to it, right? So I don't get it. I want to see you do another interview. I don't want to do an interview, but Corn Pope. I mean, I'm happy if he just wants to come on and talk about how we can help him raise money for his thing, but I don't want to do an interview. I play guitar. I don't play flute. Right? Interview is flute, and pre-records and the type of stuff that I do on my channel is guitar. All right, I play guitar. I don't play flute. I got no interest in the flute. Okay. I correct my statement. Jason volunteered to accompany you. Yeah, he didn't even volunteer either. But I'm sorry, J-Ray. I don't mean to keep correcting you. It was just something that Jason and I had been planning for ages. And when Jason said, when Aiden said, this is what I prefer, I went, well, Jason's probably the best person for it. Would you like it? Would you like me to chuck you up here on this? And he was like, yeah, okay. It was a collaboration. All of us collaborated on what we ended up with. So, but there could be something, to say, probably more to the point, that two's company, three's a crowd, maybe. The digital impact on psychological factors. Man, I want to see this fucker when you finish writing it. Okay, so yeah, sounds like you've got this figured out then. Well, no, I didn't. I actually do now, because you guys all helped me figure it out. I do now. All right, so I have to take blame for the idea of somebody else helping to do the interview part. That, not that it was Jason, and not that he did a bad job, and not any, just that I should never have gone there and thought about it in the first place. So that's, I think, going to please some people if I can do that. And then if shit goes south, take a break, go backstage, fucking regroup, and try again. To fix it while it's happening, instead of waiting until it's already gone, never got it fixed, and then like scratching our heads and wondering what the fuck. I want to fix it in the middle. Okay, we know it's going that way. How do I save it? How do I bring it back to course? So there is, hey, what? So my final answer is that the chat from the night takes all the blame. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Let's do that. It's all your fucking fault, all you people in the chat. All right. So let me just quickly go through and see what else was going on here that people were getting the wrong impression about, because there was quite a few of them, but try and just brush over it. The title of this video was very clickbaity. Really? Oh, no, actually, the title of the Loophole Lawyers video was clickbaity. Following. So, Jay, this was one of my followers basically saying that Loophole Lawyer went completely the wrong way about things. So this is criticism on his part, okay? I didn't make it far because I found myself rolling my eyes at most of his responses, especially when he mentioned how you might get demonetized in the future with your normal style of video. Your interpretation was absolutely correct. I have seen your videos pop up from time to time, and they are transformative and meet the criteria for fair use. It kind of just felt like he was using your video, which I think everyone has acknowledged now, right, to put himself over, and that didn't sit right with me. So yeah, this is correct. So it's okay if you think my mashups are not transformative enough, but you're not the judge. Okay, you're not the one who gets to pull my monetization. You're not the one who gets the final say. But I'm quite happy for you to say that I don't think your videos are transformative enough, Ozzy, and you might end up demonetized if your videos are not transformative enough, Ozzy. I don't mind if you say that, but I've actually got people going, no, you're wrong. No, you're flat out wrong. Like, I somehow don't know after I actually did do a search. Hey, what's my search? Shit, not that one. Hang on. Shit, I've lost it. Hang on, let me go back again. Videos. I'll tell you how many there are. All right, so it goes back. I've probably done about 30, I think, 35 reacts now. 30. 604 videos. No, that's not it. Damn it. The way I went to do that search, I didn't actually get the count. But I think I've done about 20 or 30 lawyer reacts, right? And I actually have a couple of them that have gone over a couple of million impressions. But what they're saying is that I'm not transforming them enough, and therefore YouTube is going to demonetize me. But here's the thing, I've already been paid for those. These are all in the past. I already got my paychecks for these. So I don't really know how they're right and I'm wrong. I've already been paid for it. So first of all, the algorithm put it all out there for everybody to look at. That's how I got over 2 million impressions on those videos, because YouTube's making the decision, yeah, these videos are good, we're putting them out there. Secondly, YouTube hasn't demonetized me. They've paid me for every single one of those videos that I've done. I've been paid. They're all in the past. There's occasional views that are coming up every now and again, but I'm not actually getting paid for those now. They're already paid for. And copyright is a different thing altogether. So if you're not being transformative enough, that's copyright strike. That's not monetization. So, and yes, if you get 3 strikes, you can be demonetized. If you get 3 copyright strikes, you can be demonetized. But I haven't been struck at all for any of them. Actually, I did. I got struck for one because it had an ad in it. I think Andrea played an ad in her stream, and I don't know how I fucking missed it, but it ended up in the mashup, and I did get a copyright strike because the ad was actually get that. Fucking YouTube plays an ad, right, that's got protected material in it, and then if you caught that playing it back, that YouTube played that ad, YouTube will strike you for their own fucking copyright. It's fucking confusing. But anyway, I did have one of those. But it was nothing to do with transformation whether my material was transformative. It was whether or not the the audio that was being played or the ad that was being played had copyright attached to it. So two completely different things, and people are still arguing with me about this today. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's not how it works. So I understand someone else has done mashups and then got themselves, demonetized. And that probably means that you don't know how to do a mashup. Don't you think? The fact that I've done like 30 of them, I'm still doing them, never been demonetized, never been copyright struck for them, never ever has anyone ever complained about them. And I haven't had any demonetization or punishment, but you have. Isn't that indicative that perhaps you actually don't know what you're talking about? I don't actually know who's got the fucking wrong end of the stick here. So I think what Vince was contending was that, oh, they won't do it now, they'll do it later when you get bigger. They'll demonetize you later when you get bigger for videos that you had published previously when you weren't bigger. I kind of got that's the impression where he might have been coming from. Like later on when I get bigger, they'll do it. I don't know how. I don't know how the rules work. Like, we only punish people who have a large number of viewers, subs. Is that how it works? Is that what he's saying? Because I don't think that's how it works. I think it's just this is against the rules, and if you break the rules, doesn't matter how many fucking subs you got, right? But the way he expressed it because I didn't entirely include all of what he said about it, because I wasn't trying to, just steal his content, obviously. But anyway, so yeah, I'm still getting feedback on that from people saying that he was right about if I don't stop doing, it's like they're gatekeeping. If you don't stop doing the mashups, you're going to lose your channel. It's like, okay, I'm probably not going to stop doing the mashups because everyone loves them. And I haven't actually been smacked on the fingers yet because there's something wrong with them. I don't know what they mean. It feels like they're gatekeeping something they don't actually need to gatekeep, right? So when I do my videos, this is kind of like what I'm aiming for as far as like, is it transformative, right? I'm looking at not just it's my video isn't just putting together clips of the lawyers one after the other. Like, it's not that I'm not changing the original footage, it's that I'm changing the storyline. I'm trying to make it more entertaining, more funny, more educational. So they're about, like you guys have watched them, they're around 20 minutes in length, and it's the funniest parts of the lawyers' reactions. And there's no commentary from me in it. That's not what makes it transformative. Like, that's not a necessity. That has to be, commentary has to be in it. But the fact that it's not necessarily in any cohesive order that it originally appeared in, it's kind of telling a different story. It's saying like, this is what we thought was funny about the trial today. So in that sense, it actually is transformative. But I get what they're saying. They're saying, in my opinion, if I was YouTube, I would take your money away from you. But that's not what's happening. So yes, I sort of feel like I sort of feel like they're making it's like they're the gatekeepers. Yeah, but you're wrong, Aussie. You don't know what you're talking about, Aussie. You're going to get demonetized, Aussie. It's like, how about don't lose sleep over it? I'm actually pretty good. I'm good. I'm good. If I lose my monetization, then I can go back over it and go, well, turns out they were right. Right? I'm not too worried, really. I mean, everything has everything has a consequence, right? And if there's a consequence for it, I'm happy to wear the consequence. So, but at this point in time, I think YouTube's actually on my side of the story. So, Transformers, robots in disguise. Nosy recognizes nosy. Right. So yeah, moving on from that complaint, we have more bitching about Jason, and Jason sucked. Why don't you take responsibility for that? It's like I can't do what you want me to do because I'm not fucking Jason. My mashups, right? I love the mashups. Everyone loves the mashups. That nobody has a bad thing to say about the mashups, except for Loophole Lawyer and his fans. Clearly, they don't like my mashups. Okay. The interview wasn't amazing, but the apology, not apology. So you didn't want me to apologize to the audience for letting them down? And he's agreed to come back, which is good news, I think, isn't it? And now this is a huge turnoff. Well, they're all completely different to each other. This was a response to Loophole Lawyer getting some facts wrong and needing correcting, because I am not fucking LawTube. I'm not a lawyer. Anyway, I don't know why people think that somehow reflects badly on the situation. It's reactions. You can't hurt. How can it hurt? Right. Exactly. Aussie, I thought Vince was joking about the monetization. No, he was serious, and everyone's defending him as well. So, yeah, I agree with Vince. You're going to get demonetized. But I don't know anything about money. So every time money is mentioned, it sounds like a joke to me. Haha. Right. Right. I've already been paid for all of that. So basically, whatever this is how it works, right? Whatever you put out the previous month, next month they pay you for that. They say, we got this many impressions and this many ads put in front of people, we'll send you $200. Already been paid for those. So that's in the past. Saying that I'm not going to get paid for those in the future, it's too late. Already been paid for those, I think the last one I did was last month. My last mashup was last month. And I'll get paid for that this month. So, I might make $100 out of you guys watching the ads if I'm lucky. But I haven't been demonetized for it. They're not saying what happens when you get demonetized for it is it says in your dashboard, in your content area, it says monetization is disabled for this video. It says you can't monetize this video. So, but I don't have any of those issues. I've been paid for, everything else I've put out there except the last two, one or two. It's a month behind. So whatever I did last month is what I get paid for this month. Does that make sense? But anyway, already been paid for it. So sitting there telling me, you're going to get demonetized. No, that's not how it works. Sorry. If people have been, like, I know Aiden got monetization for the whole channel removed entirely. I know that happened to him because people were doing a lot of complaining about his language, about the topics, about whatever. He did get a lot of stuff. He did actually lose monetization across the board for the whole channel. So I find the popular demand both insecure and irresponsible. They might as well find a loophole to cry about. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, and he's only just recently got his monetization for the whole channel reinstated again. So watching the ads more like cursing at the ads. Right. Oh, well, you're no fun. You're not helping me pay for my house, Michelle. No, we still get paid for views, even if you're not watching ads. There's a little bit of both that goes into it. I don't actually know how they work it out at their end, but there's a little bit of both that goes into it. There's viewership, and then there's also how many ads they could get in front of viewers. So you're welcome, Jay Ray, and I appreciate all the feedback that everyone has been giving us. I really appreciate it, giving me, because I actually didn't know where to go with all of this. I have been stressing about it for 2 days because I actually didn't know where to go with all of this. I don't know how to stop everyone from being over fucking dramatic about everything. It's stupid. I don't know why it's happening. I need to know why it's happening first. If going south in the middle of the live on the fly, so do the unexpected, acknowledge it's not flowing aloud, and then acknowledge it aloud. I get what you're saying. Then say start over. The laugh will break the tension. Let everyone take a deep breath and then go on. I fucking love that, Tracy. Thank you. I love that fucking suggestion. I love it. I love it. I love it. Acknowledge it's going south. I did try to lighten the mood. That was why I said, sit back, relax, have a coffee, have a drink. But I'm sure that I could do it better. So that is on my list. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know you watch it all. we do get paid twice. We get paid for 2 different types of things, I think. I actually don't know the specific math behind it. Like, I see the result of what they send me. I don't see anything else. But anyway, I know it's a little bit of ads and it's a little bit of viewership. So whether you watch the ads or not, so it's a little bit of both. But it's not a lot of money, guys. Like, making out like I'm actually making a killing and fucking, that YouTube actually cares about how much money I'm getting on just the little things that I do. I don't think they care. So I don't think they do care. Or they would have done it by now. I'm pretty sure I would have been demonetized by now if it was going to happen, because I'm up to at least 20 to 30 fucking mashups now. So, and I have gone from 1,000 subscribers to 20,000 subscribers. So, that idea that when I get bigger it's going to hit me, then I just got bigger and it still hasn't hit me. They're still not hitting me. So if we go back to watch an older video, the additional view doesn't change anything in terms of how they pay you. It does. It's kind of like, if you go back and watch it, it's an older video from 2 months ago. I've already been paid for that 2 months, but you go back and watch it again, that will count towards the next check because you went and watched it. But it's like you get all the views all happen at once, like all the views, the big rush of everyone watching the mashup to begin with, and then after that you just get little trickle in that folds over into each month after that. But that first initial, I've uploaded it and everyone watches it, that first initial hit, there can be like 100,000 views on just that month's pay. So, sorry, the following month's pay. But yeah, if you go look at that video now, I will get a single view from you in this month's pay, if that makes sense. But it's not that rush, that initial rush that everyone wants to watch the video. So, I mean, I don't think I've had any that have reached 100,000 views. Mostly they're in the 15 to 20,000 view range. People hit it all straight up. That all comes out in one hit, and then it slows down to, every so often someone will catch a new video, a new view. So, but yeah, I just don't see why people are so worried that that I would get demonetized if I haven't already. It should have happened by now. Like, YouTube doesn't let you get away with shit. They just don't. I've got several that are demonetized, several videos that literally are demonetized. Let me go over them. Let me see which ones I got. Looking at my monetization column. All right. Can I quit smoking with fume? I could have monetized that one, but no, they won't let me monetize it because I'm talking about smoking and there's a picture of a cigarette in it. So they actually demonetized that video. Monetization column says off, and I can't turn it on because they said, no, we're doing that. Focus, no collision, shut the fuck up. It was actually only a 50-second video. We won't count that one. I don't think I did actually did that one myself. I turned it off myself. It wasn't a YouTube decision. Let's go again. Let's have a look what else I got demonetized. Experiment with frame differencing for Jeremy. So in that video, anyone with the video link can see this video. This video won't appear. Oh, I know what I did. That was actually a copy of I did breach copyright, right? Someone else's published thing on the frame differencing. I actually did play that for you guys to look at because I thought it was very interesting. I got demonetized for that one. So this is how it works. If I choose not to monetize it, it will be off. But if YouTube chooses not to monetize, YouTube chooses I can't have the money, they will switch it off, and then I can't turn it on myself. They'll make it ineligible, basically. It says ineligible, and especially if it's copyright strike. So, Dinner with the Defense was that video they put out telling everyone to buy whatever it was tickets to win Dinner with the Defense. I got copyright protected on that because of the music, so that I was ineligible to monetize that one because of the music in it. Ooh, I forgot I had that one. Hey, I was looking for that the other day for someone. Let me just put that here because I found it. It's private, so it's not monetized. I have limited. This video may be limited or no ad revenue due to content identified not suitable for most advertisers. So, I've got one, two. I've probably got about three. One of them was one limited was definitely an attorney react because I put music in there that was copyright. And swearing. I think there was actually a good deal of swearing in that one as well. Like real hardcore swearing. And then when was that? January. Yeah, that was way back at the start of the year. So there was Emily D. Baker swearing in that one. Aiden tells the Gaffney meets Krusty story. Limited on that one. I can't remember why. Probably swearing again. I don't think there was any music in that. That was probably swearing as well. Shooting the messenger, limited again because advertiser not friendly. So that's just giving you an idea of, some of the things that you can be demonetized for. Some things literally say ineligible for monetization, and some things literally have just a disable button that I can't turn it on. So essentially, I don't think he's right about that. But there are some differences between how copyright applies between different countries. Like I know that YouTube itself is just the standard American because it's based in America copyright, but they also have to abide by each of the copyright laws that apply to each country. So Canada's got different laws, Australia's got different laws. You know what I mean? So there's a little bit more involved copyright understanding than as straightforward as he made it out to be. I don't think it is actually that straightforward. So why do you even entertain this for? Well, it's I don't know, because it was fun. I made a video that was fun. Is it okay if I have fun too, or is this only about your fun? Because that's the only reason I did it. I was just like, I get where you're coming from, dude, but I'm gonna have a bit of fun with this. And they're like, how dare you criticize him back? It's like, well, if you're gonna offer criticism, you're gonna be open to it too, right? EDB, right? She's very entertaining. And I have had some videos. They're fine if she's swearing. She's usually the first one to say the F word in my videos, in my React videos. It's usually her, the first one that says it. And some of them I'm getting, not getting demonetized for it. Others I am. So I think that it comes down to, whether I'm challenging the algorithm. If I challenge the algorithm, I've had a lot of them turned around. They've said, no, you can't monetize. It's like, why? We don't know. So we're just removing it now. You can be monetized. They don't actually give you any reason. There's no fucking shit, doesn't make sense half the time. So, but yeah, I actually think we're pretty good. We're actually pretty fucking good. Came to unsubscribe. Seems like these Aussie folks love their drama. We do. We like our drama. So if you don't like it, fuck off. Bye. Actually, this comment is on the reaction to loophole lawyer vid. Why is it drama? Why is it he's allowed to have his opinion, but I can't have mine? Why is it drama that I have an opinion to someone else's opinion? Why is that drama? Answer that for me. There was unknown drama months ago, which I just ignored. Don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about me apologizing publicly for saying the word friend to someone and being forced to apologize for that publicly. Is that what you're talking about? And now, instead of just letting it go, we are now, days later, several video later, about highlighting the horrible interview. Nope, that isn't what I did. But bye. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. And they're going to go, well, I was just so nice to you. Why are you being nasty? It's like, no, that wasn't a nice comment. Just say you're flirting. I was kind of thinking you were just using his handsome face as clickbait. Yeah, I don't think I'm desperate. I got it. I got another half. I don't need to be desperate. I'm good, thanks. Ain't desperate for anything. I just thought it was appropriate to correct him. I'm I'm not a lawyer. He said I'm a law tuber. I'm not. That is incorrect. He needed to be corrected. So love your channel. Please don't allow idiots to tell you how to conduct your life. Right. Well, I'm trying not to, but at the same time, I don't want to make people like cranky at me because I'm not doing as I'm told. There's occasions where I can meet them in the middle. I can give them what they want without putting my own life on the line. My own principles on the line. I can meet someone in the middle. I'm happy to do that. So. By the way, he's not actually handsome in my book. It's subjective. You're absolutely right, George. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and that dude is not handsome in my book. Okay, sorry, not handsome. He's actually pretty fucking. He's actually pretty ordinary, not handsome. When I hear drama, should be in my room when I catch my little toe on my bed. You want to hear drama? You want to hear me and my kids fight? That's fucking drama. How about that for drama? It's certainly not like a helpful fucking piece of information like, hey, did you know that I'm not a lawyer? Did you know that my mashups actually are adequately transforming under fair use? That's not drama. That's just replying to what he is saying. And if I'm not allowed to disagree, then why is he special? Is it because he's a dude? Why is he special? He's allowed to say something that I don't agree with, but I'm not allowed to disagree. I'm not allowed to say, yeah, I disagree with that. Who makes the rules here? Why does he get to say what he's thinking and I don't get to reply? But do you see the comments? Yep. He has all the girls on LawTube soaked. I don't really care. I don't care what he's got. Honest. It was just hey dude, did you know that you got this wrong and that wrong and I feel this way about that? I don't care about the girls or who he is. Trying to remember crap from high school speech class 75, not sure. Imagining everyone in their underwear will help. Could be fun though. Who's not handsome? Oh, someone was just accusing me of flirting because someone's handsome. And I was like, yeah, nah, I wasn't flirting because they're not handsome. I was actually just correcting them. So make a list of who's not handsome. I don't know. There's plenty of people out there that I don't think are handsome. But that it may well be because, I already got myself a handsome guy and nobody can match. How about that? He's already handsome. I'm already fucking sold. All right, so that's some of the feedback that's been going on. That's what I've been trying to wrap my head around. That's what I've been trying to address. I'm really just having, reactions to shit. And if you don't want me to have a reaction to something, if you're going to pay out on me because I'm having a reaction to somebody's reaction video, why does it only apply to me? He's the one that did the reaction. Why can't I do a fucking reaction to his reaction? What's the fucking rules here? What? He was? Really? No. He was not. Peter, maybe. Peter Tragos, maybe. No. Not Vince. That's weird. I don't know who they had judging, but I wouldn't have said that. Lawyer, this DMCA lawyer is excellent talking about. Wait, I'm confused. Who are we talking about? Ozzy just coming in. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Gingy. Yeah, I don't know who's doing the polls on that. It doesn't get my vote. Yeah, I don't know who the fucking awards were done by, but I wouldn't have given him. I certainly would have called, Peter Tragos one of those award-winning people in the looks department. All right. So if you ended up in the hidden from the channel bin, it's because you were not trying to be polite. I put a few people in that bin and you were insulting either me or Aiden or my guests. A few people ended up there. You were refusing to have a constructive conversation. You were demanding that I had to take the insults at your addition, and I kind of got sick of the insults. So if you ended up in the ignore bin, that's the reason. Sorry. But I am responding in kind. If you come at me sideways, I'm going to come right back at you sideways. So just, mind how you're approaching. I'm not Vince, and I'm not taking that advice on board because I specifically do not want 1 million fucking subscribers. I'm not going for that. That's bullshit. I'm stressing out. I've only got 20K. I don't need any more subscribers. I can't even do this shit at 20K. You literally just made me laugh out loud. Good. Good. I'm glad I could make some people laugh. That's awesome. Peter said someone thought he looked like an Aussie when he was in Greece. There you go. Rules are so important. You have to ban. Like, just behave yourself. Like, just be fucking constructive and behave yourself. And I won't have to delete you. So, people have gotten just that last conversation we had about the monetization. People have actually got really nasty about that. It's like, I disagree. My videos are fine. And you can disagree with me. You can say, yeah, I don't agree with you. I got kicked, I got my channel took down because I fucking did XYZ wrong. Whatever. That's fine. You can disagree with me, but you don't have to be a fucking asshole about it. Like, just be polite. People can have these conversations without being cunts. Like, serious. Excuse the C word, but it's true. I'm pretty sure that I've had lots of disagreements with lots of people about lots of different things without being a fucking asshole to them. Hey, the DCMA lawyer can help you with your money-making ability on YouTube. He's super smart and helped a lot of YouTubers. He specializes in YouTube policy and copyright laws. Who's the DMCA lawyer? Who's that? I don't know who that is. I actually don't really need help. I don't really need those things, to be honest. I'd be quite happy to be just have the money taken away, demonetized overnight, because it's a lot of stress. Like right now, it's paying for like some bills. It's not paying for a lot of bills, but it's paying for some bills. But it's a lot of stress trying to keep the content going so I can have those bills paid. I think I would just as soon get rid of the stress. Like, it was so much less stress when I wasn't monetized. I didn't have anything to pressure me into putting content in there for, whatever bill. So I think I'd actually be quite happy to be demonetized. No, people are threatening me, right, son? People are threatening me that my mashups are going to cause monetization to be taken away. Anyway, if you look at the last video I uploaded, it was just a reaction to someone saying that and how I felt about that, and that caused people to hate on me because I said opposite. No, he's right, and you're just a fucking dickhead. So I feel like I ironed out a lot of shit by having today's conversation. I feel like I can let some stuff go now. I don't know if the audience can. They're still going to be bitching at me. Like, they're still tuning in. They think that they come in, a couple of days after I've put something to rest and given up on it because I put it to rest, like I'm done. And then they're still commenting, oh, you're just making drama. It's like, yeah, well, it wasn't until you said that. So maybe it's you making the drama. But anyway, when I kicked this off a couple of hours ago, I was actually concerned. I was having anxiety. I didn't know why everyone's chucking a fucking spaz over a bad interview. I mean, it was a bad interview. It's not like I'm not owning it. I was owning it. But now that I've gotten some feedback, I feel like, there is actually some positive things. Like, you guys have been positive. You have absolutely been positive. You could try this for an idea. You could try doing that. That might help, resolve it before it gets out of control. And you could have a go at this. It's been very, very constructive. And I feel like a lot less stressed about it than when I hit the play button today, when I hit the go live button. So I actually love it that you guys have helped me out. There's a lot I learned today. So much appreciated. Thank you, everyone. I am going to back up an outro song. I don't know. I think I might just go with my usual theme song for outro. What do you reckon, guys? What do you reckon, guys? They're always bitches, right? There are bitches. There's always someone got something to say. I know. But there's also other stuff going on in the background as well. And I have my haters from that who like to fucking spread negative shit around the place all the time as well. So we do have to acknowledge that some of this is not in a vacuum. Aiden has his haters and I've got mine. And they play a role in a lot of this as well. So by the way, where can I find your Discord server? Do you get in the memberships? So pay $1 for a membership, you'll get the address for the Discord server. I think they're saying if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Yep. That would absolutely fucking help. That absolutely would. And yes, thank you to the mods today. Thank you so much for coming and suggesting and looking after the chat and keeping things on track. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kev. Thank you, Michelle. And thank you. I'm sure I've got more in there that I should be saying. I should be naming right now, but you're amazing, Aussie. Haters are gonna hate, and you gotta brush your shoulders off. Right, right. Thanks. All right, so that's it. That's it for today. I feel like we resolved a lot. Like I came from anxiety, fucking the top of my fucking. For those of you who experience anxiety, it sits up in your chest, not down in your stomach. You know, when it gets to the point where it's that bigger buildup, it's right up in your chest. So I went from that to feeling a lot more comfortable because I feel like I know how to go about things now. I have no idea how memberships work, but I'm between jobs right now. So if it costs anything, I have to hold off on that for now. Yeah, see, I actually don't give people my email address or a way to contact me because the hate that you see in just the comments, that comes through in your emails when people can contact you by email and shit as well. So I don't have contact like public a way to contact me publicly unless you want to go to my Discord, because then I can control it on the Discord. I can ban people, I can kick you out, I can protect myself or protect my family or stop you from calling my work. You know what I mean? So I have no idea. Oh, we got that one. So were there anybody who disagreed with you as a hater? Yeah, there's a lot of haters who disagree with me. They see I got my own haters, and Total Boy's got his own haters. And we just had this whole thing going between the two haters. Have to hate on me and defend Turtle Boy, or they had to hate on Turtle Boy and defend me. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of that going on. So thank you, Magic. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Ozzy, you're strong and keep going over 20K. I'm not trying to stop going over a certain number, but I'm certainly not too concerned if I do or I don't. Like, certainly not my objective to get over 1 million. Thanks for being so open and willing to meet halfway when possible. That's a good quality. Thank you, George. Thank you. Well, let's get out of here, and thank you all so much. Appreciate the advice. Appreciate you helping me get through the confusion. And we are also going to play some music as an outro. So enjoy yourselves. Talk to you next time. Be good. Thanks for joining us. Let's get some music going.
Truths and stories gotta collide. Alibis get swept aside. I got proof that can't be denied. The data don't lie, people do. Waves crashing, secrets in the tide. Facts and numbers side by side. Through the chaos I will abide. The data don't lie, people do. Look at the records, feel the vibe. Digits and bytes come alive. I stand tall with nothing to hide. The data don't lie, people do. Friends may twist and tongues may tie. Plausible tales shape the sky. In the end you can verify. The data don't lie, people do. It's in the matrix beyond the eye. Hard truth that's flying by. Evidence you can't defy. The data don't lie, people do. Look at the records, feel the vibe. Digits and bytes come alive. I stand tall with nothing to hide. The data don't lie, people do. Digits and bytes come alive. I stand tall with nothing to hide. The data don't lie, people do. Friends may twist and tongues may tie, plausible tales shape the sky. In the end you can verify, the data don't lie, people do. Friends may twist and tongues may tie, plausible tales shape the sky. In the end you can verify, the data don't lie, people do.
Bye, everyone.